Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Look
Take the biggest L on it.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up. Take the biggest L on it.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up. Take the biggest L on it.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up. Take the biggest L on it.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Renting my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog, I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog, I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless, yeah, I'ma go hard regardless, yeah. Ran in my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. Ran in my check, I ran on my bag, I did what I did, yeah. And how good they judge me, yo.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Happy Friday. Let me get on the screen. Here we go. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Hopefully y'all are feeling good. Hopefully y'all are feeling good. All right, camera looks all right. I ain't gonna mess with it. I'm not gonna get distracted early. We're gonna keep this thing focused, keep it locked in. Make sure my sound check is good, then I can turn this off. All right, the sound check is good. My mic is working. We are live. We are now live. Let's get it, everybody. Happy Friday, everybody. Let's move you around. There you go. We have a great stream set up for you today. But I got one thing, y'all. I need everybody, as you come to the door, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button on the way in. What we want to do is we want to make sure that if you are enjoying Eliminate the Gray with me, myself, OffThaRecordDee, a couple times a week, we want to make sure we're hitting that like button so we can get this out to more people. So people can actually see this. We can kind of get in that algorithm and get that algorithmic bump from people enjoying what we do over here. So definitely hit the like button on the way in, y'all. Hit the like button on the way in. We got a great stream for you today. We have the Cleveland media exposing their true thoughts and their true feelings and how they believe you should go about winning. Unfortunately, what I've realized is the Cleveland media is filled with losers who don't know how to win. They don't know how to win, y'all. They don't know how to win. So every suggestion that they give you is a losing suggestion. And we're going to take it back to 2017 when the Browns were in the midst of a 2-year span where they end up going 1-31. Yes, you heard that correctly. 1 win, 31 losses. And we're going to go to some of the things that the Browns did during that time and how media members are currently saying, go do what we did then. It'll work miraculously this time, even though it didn't work before. So that's why I say they have a losing mindset. They don't know how to win. We are going to break it down and we're going to get to it. Y'all know how we do it. We don't show up to anybody's house and just walk through the door and not say hi to everybody on the way in. So we're going to get our greetings in order. We're going to say hello to everyone as you are coming in. Say hello, say hello. I'll say hello back. Also, hit that like button from y'all. Let's get it. Black Pearl is in here. Top of the morning, Black Pearl. Y'all know Latika's in the building.
Nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
Latika, they definitely didn't learn nothing. They didn't learn nothing. Maurice, what's going on? How you feeling? Good morning. Our Jizzle, what's going on? How you feeling, man? Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. Good morning. Good morning, Maya. Marie, what is going on? Welcome in. You made it in early today, not necessarily part of replay gang. What's going on, Marie?
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Good morning, Miss K. Stop by Save Bar. How you doing today? Our Jizzle, we gotta ask the question. Are you born a winner? We gotta ask the question. C. Brown Run, good morning. C. Anderson, good morning.
This is a foolishness. Foolishness.
You don't know what you doing. Oh, I like that so much. Morning, y'all. It's Friday. Sunny in Seattle. Let's kick this off right, y'all. Let's get to it, C. Anderson. Let's get to it. Marie, when Latika told me to find that, and I found it, oh my goodness. Every single time I play this, I like it.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
He didn't learn nothing. Felix, good morning. How you doing? You're not that far behind. Felix, you're not that far behind. We are still getting our greetings in order. So you were good. You haven't missed much. Joanna, good morning. A.M. Williams, good morning. Hope all is well with you as well. Ivy League Mac is in the building early. In the building early. All right, let's see how's this poll going so far. Let's see. Show me the poll. Why you got it down there? All right. So far, is winning a learned mindset or are you born with it? So right now it is 58% learn to win, 42% born being a winner. Interesting. We gonna get to it. We're gonna leave it up a little bit longer. 13 Pro Cow, what's going on? You make it to North Carolina yet with your marbles? You make it with your marbles? What's going on, man? Good to have you in here. I'm telling you, this one right here is a hit, y'all.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
That is a good one. CO7111, what is going on? How you feeling? Detroit Gemini in the building. Happy Friday, y'all. Boom, boom. Let's do this. Whoops, went a little bit too far. Here we go.
This is a foolishness. Foolishness.
You don't know what you're doing.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Cia Anderson has something to say. She says, I don't know if I was born a winner, but I do know I am a winner. No doubt in me at all. I win. Talk that talk, Cia Anderson. Talk that talk. I like it. I like that a lot. Thank you. I like that a lot. Thank you for your support early. We appreciate you. I think it can be both. Some perpetuate, born with it. Others can be taught how to. Interesting, Miss K. So you're saying it's a combination of both. I think it's learned. It's a mindset. You have to wake up and want to win. Put the work in. I like what you're saying there, Marie. I like what you're saying. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Detroit Gemini with that DJ Khaled. You can learn how to do anything. The brain is our most powerful weapon. Give it a microphone and a pen, you can bend the world. I like what you're saying there, Ivy League Mac. I like what you're saying. I thought this was an interesting question to ask at the very beginning, because I think we are at a point in the Browns world. We're at the point where we have two worlds colliding. We have the Browns, who have made mistakes, have been the laughingstock at different parts, have been spoken on badly based on how they've been ran, especially since they came back in '99. And the Browns have done things a million different ways. They've tried tanking. They've tried firing coaches fast. They tried giving coaches more time. They try to turn over every stone. This time they're saying, you know what? We're going to control our media. We are going to control what stories get out. And we're going to bring in the right people and change the mindset. We're going to change the mindset. So if you're a person who values having a certain mindset going into every day, you really value and appreciate what the Browns are doing. If you are a person who kind of is not a self-starter, you need rules in place so you can get up and make things happen. You are lost and confused with what the Browns are doing. It looks foreign. You're like, man, why are they not leaking information to me? Why are they not, just trading Myles Garrett, getting whatever they could get for him? So we're at a point where either winning mindset is going to win out, or the losing mentality is going to take over. And it's coming from two different places. The Browns are working on the mindset. The Cleveland media, man, they wake up, they eat, they go to sleep, they turn right back into losers, y'all. Unfortunately. So it's two worlds colliding right now, and we're going to see which one is going to end up being right. Charmaine, hardest working woman in Ohio. What is going on? What's going on? Welcome in.
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Switched up, stay on that side.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Marie. What's going on, Marie? Marie got something to say earlier on this Friday. D, let's start this Friday off right. Blessings, everyone. D, keep up the great work. I appreciate you, Marie. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. I'm really seeing the difference. I'm noticing the difference when you have a winner's mindset and the things that you get excited for. And I'm noticing when you're just a loser and you can't see winning in your future at all. You wake up and you're frustrated. So it's a difference. I wake up feeling good every day. When the Browns are going through that 1-31, and I'm just waking up as a fan, I started to lose energy, excitement. That's not how I feel now. Every day we get closer to anything meaningful that's going to happen on the football field, I'm more excited than I was the day before. More excited. So nothing but positive vibes this way. And shout out to y'all for making sure y'all hold me to a high enough standard where I pursue positivity and greatness and getting better every day. Shout out to you, Marie. Shout out to you. Donnie King from the Netherlands. What's going on, man? What's going on? Cleveland media are a bunch of losers. You're on to something there. You are on to something there. I wanted to show the contrast also in today's stream. I wanted to show the contrast. So we are going to go to Kobe Bryant for our motivation today. We're going to go to Kobe Bryant for our motivation. Actually, we got some more people coming in, so let's keep greeting before we get to Kobe. KC, what's going on? Good morning. How you feeling? Shout out to Donnie King. Wishing everyone a great weekend. Thank you, man. Same to you. Same to you, Donnie. Same to you. Daisha, what's going on? What's going on, Daisha? My poll is blocking some of my chats. Happy Friday, UFL opener tonight. This is hilarious. They are straight wigging out. Trey Myles, what's wrong with them? This is what's wrong with him.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
They went to school, but they didn't learn nothing. They went to school, but they didn't learn nothing. We are seeing the value of Latika's intro. Key Mathis is in the building, y'all. What's going on, Key Mathis? 4547. I got to run that back. I like that so much. 4547. What's going on, Key Mathis? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. We got some good energy today. I'm feeling good. Hopefully, y'all are feeling good. It's going to be a great stream. What is going on? Powerful 89. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you are having a great Friday as well. Hope you're having a great Friday as well. Let's get to it. Let's switch this over. Let's go here. Let's go here. I'm going to show the contrast of mindset. Mindset is very important. And that's why I posed that question. We're going to go to Kobe Bryant. This is after the Lakers lose. This is after they lose in the finals. Let's see what his mindset is. I got 2 clips from Kobe for motivation, y'all. Kobe is one of those people who is, Marie, you know, sometimes I say 45-37, and then sometimes I say 45-47. Just, hey, you know my heart. You know my heart. The 37 just comes out. I can't control it. I can't control it. Sometimes going to Kobe, I go to Kobe because his mindset is so good, and usually you see the value of his mindset right after a loss because it doesn't shake him. It doesn't throw him off. He's not down. He's not sad. He knows it's another opportunity for him to put in the work. Another opportunity for him to put in the work. All right, so let's get it. We got Black Pearl. She got something to say.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Black Pearl says, contributing to the good energy and good vibes. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's good energy and good vibes over here, y'all. I hope y'all are seeing in real time as we turn and get closer to the year, the people who are positive and the people who are negative. One thing I'll show you is the people who are negative, they have been negative this whole time. Negative is their default setting. Positive is my default setting. Also, I'm not a quitter. So pushing through when times are not good is something that I do. So even if I have moments of negativity, I don't stay there. Y'all seen it. Y'all saw it when Todd Monken was hired. The boy was shook. I bounced back. Started doing some work. I had to do my work. Bounce back. Move forward. Back to being positive. So y'all see what it is. Blind Beauty, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for that, Black Pearl. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Haslam has been convinced by Barry ride with me to pick up this trophy in 3 to 4 years. He has. They are closer to contention than they are from being a 1-16 team. They're closer to contention. So that's how I look at it. I know people think they're closer to being a 1-win team. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Let's get to it. Let's get to Kobe, y'all. Let's get this up. Let's get this down. We got some throwback for y'all. Here we go. Kobe, this is right after a loss. Think about mindset. Let me start this from the beginning. Or actually, I'll start from here.
Appreciate your time. How disappointed are you?
Well, I just hate losing. It's a tough loss. They played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the offseason. Next season for us starts right now.
Can you assess exactly what went wrong? Was it too many injuries? Was it Shaq's foot at the beginning of the year? Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had our opportunities to win it. Didn't go for us. So we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and come back next season ready to play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
I push myself to exhaustion. The off season starts today, or next season starts today. This is a mindset, y'all. This is a mindset. Exactly. I don't get people wanting to trade Myles. They aren't far off from being contenders. They're really close. I believe they're really close. This is closer to a 10-win team than this is to a 1-win team. So if you're a 10-win team, you don't trade assets and hope that you get new assets that turn into the asset that you traded. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I have some more motivation from Kobe and his mindset. It's all about mindset, y'all. All right, we got him here.
What does losing feel like to you?
It's exciting.
Why is it exciting?
Because it means you have different ways to get better. There's certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of, right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up, right? So it was exciting. I mean, it sucks to lose.
Right.
But at the same time, there are answers there if you just look at them.
Because you get the information.
I want to pause Kobe right here. I want to take y'all back to something that Shedeur said during the season. I don't remember if it was after Baltimore or if it was after the Raiders game. Shedeur said, I feel good because I know I belong here. I have an idea of what they're going to do. Now I just got to work at it and get better. That's a mindset, y'all. Initially, if you would have heard Kobe say what he said about losing, he seemed positive about losing initially. Then he said losing sucks, but it gives you opportunity to look at things you can work on to get better. That is the mindset you want to have when you look at losing. You are not going to go through life and everything happen perfectly. If you try anything new, you're going to fail at it before you get great at it. Anything you try is new. Anything. And your life tells you that. When you learn to walk, you fail. You learn to ride a bike, you fail. You learn how to drive a car, you swerve out the lines. You don't know to just let the steering wheel roll itself back when you made a big turn. You just let that thing, you just hold your hand right in front of it and let that steering wheel turn itself back. You learn that. You don't learn you're not the best person at parallel parking that first time. You get better with time, with every single thing you do. Everything you do. So, great point right there about Kobe. Let's keep listening.
From losing more than from winning, probably.
Yeah. I mean, the answers are there when you win, too. You just have to look at them.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a constant process. It's exciting when you win. It's exciting when you lose because the process should be exactly the same, whether you win or you lose. As you go back and you look and you find things that you could have done better. You find things that you've done well that worked. You figure out how did they work? Why did they work? How can you make them work again?
Yeah.
You can look at both of them. You figure out why they work, how they work, and how they can work again. Y'all hear that? That's a mentality, y'all. That's a mindset, y'all. The Cleveland Browns are bringing guys in who embody this mindset. Big Country, Elton Jenkins. I believe you win in the trenches. We're going to be the enforcers. You listen to the defensive coordinator. Does he sound like he came here to lose? Does Todd Monken sound like he came here to lose? We got a conundrum. The Browns are working towards winning. The Cleveland media only knows losing. Conundrum, y'all. Let's catch up in the chat. We had some people join in. I saw what Shedeur did with no prep or support. The Browns are definitely going to the playoffs. Casey, talk to him. Loser mentality equal Cleveland media. Trade Myles. Get some ones. Draft another QB next year. Keep repeating the same process, expecting a different result. Defense and offense at square one again. Talk to him, Maurice. Some might say insanity. Craig, what's going on? How you feeling, man? What is going on? first step to getting better was getting Kevin out of that building. That was it. The first step, what they tell you, the first step is realizing you have a problem. And the problem definitely was Kevin. So I agree with that, Miss K. People who want to trade Myles are not serious, either know nothing or losers. Combination of both, I would say. Zedric, what's going on, man? What is going on?
Cole, you stupid.
We do not care.
We do not care. What's going on, Zedric? Hopefully you're doing well on this Friday. Shedeur has the Mamba mentality for sure. He got it from Deion. I agree. I don't know what the exact words were, but I think it was the Ravens game. Yeah, I think it was the Ravens game too, because it was in a moment where you would think he would be down, but he was more encouraged. He was more encouraged. I'm out here in these ATL streets dodging traffic and pollen, but I'm listening. Stay safe out there, Key Mathis. Stay safe out there, Key Mathis. Key Mathis, did you get that oil of oregano yet? You try it out? Is it helping? Let us know. Give us an update. Give us an update. So true. They have to change their mindset. I agree. That's where it starts. Yes, bringing on winners. Yes, bringing on winners. Cleveland media needs an overhaul. They have too much loser mentality. They can't move with the cheese D. They cannot. They cannot move with it. They just keep going back to the same spot. The cheese is right there. All we got to do is go get the cheese. They left their running shoes. They didn't track the place it was. They didn't identify. It was less and less cheese. It's less and less information coming out. They were not prepared to adapt when it was time for change. They were not ready. They definitely cannot move with the cheese. And you know what's happening? Do y'all remember in that book when they tried to help? I can't think of his name. Don't worry about the names right now. That's not the important part. When they tried to help the one out, they tried to give him cheese. They tried to motivate him. They tried to write things on the wall to help him out. They tried to leave him clues. They did all those things. He still wouldn't change. Some people, you just got to leave them where they're at. Unfortunately. Just got to leave them there. I think the outlandish takes, the negative mindset might be a defense mechanism from them because they are so used to losing. They are scared of giving their hopes high. Nah, I think they want to be negative. I was, for a second, I almost gave them some grace and say they're scared of getting their hopes high. But, nah, I can't give them that pass. They too old. They too old. These old people, they seen too much life. They should know better. Buenos dias, Brent. What's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling, Brent? What's going on? It takes an average of 10,000 hours to become a professional at anything. I agree with that. I agree with that. I'm good. The flip side of that is I think he was encouraged because they encouraged him after the game. Remember, Myles said they weren't going to let him take the blame for the loss. That is true. Good call out right there, Zedric. Really good call out. KS the Anvil, for real. Explains why the media praises Kevin so much. They relate to his losing mentality. Yes. This loser mentality was so hard to see from the Browns' faithful supporters that came from Colorado were used to a winning mentality set by Coach Prime. That's a fact. They called y'all crazy because right away, the new people who and we can make this distinction. New people who came to the Browns were not Browns fans. They came here because of Shedeur. If Shedeur would have went to another team, they'd have went to that team. When they first got here, the first thing they said was, "This does not pass the smell test." That is the first thing that people who ended up following the Browns because of Shedeur said. This don't follow the smell test. Do y'all remember during the season I was saying Shedeur supporters were right and they got to give y'all flowers because the first thing y'all said was, I don't trust Kevin Stefanski. Then y'all said, this media, something's off about them. Then y'all just started going through the year and y'all were right. It was right after right after right after right. And they never wanted to acknowledge, y'all were right. But it was, they were giving you salt and y'all know what sugar tastes like. So even though they looked the same, you knew they were different. And you called it out right away. And they tried to call you names for it. My new theme saying, we do not care. Hey, that's a good one, ain't it?
We do not care.
We do not care. Winners aren't scared to keep trying to win. Detroit Gemini. Talk to him. Talk to him. That's a good one right there. There's another component with these folks. D, I tried. Yeah, Black Pearl, you saw me think about it. I paused. I said, can I give him this pass? I can't do it. I can't do it. I love what LeBron said to the Cavs when they were 1-4 in the playoffs. Follow my lead. If you don't believe it, but want it when it looks impossible, do this. Follow my lead. That's a fact. When the Cavs were down 3-1 in the NBA Finals, it was something that came from Ty Lue and LeBron. So Ty Lue said, we are going back. We got to go back to Golden State. If you don't believe we can win this game, don't get on the plane. Don't get on the plane. LeBron also said, just follow my lead. This is all we got to do. If we go win game 5, we start to turn and push the pressure on them. Because when you're up 3-1, the hardest game is the closeout game. So if we put the pressure on them, we win game 5. What happens in game 6? They got to close us out. But the problem is game 6 was in Cleveland. The Cavs were not going to lose in front of their home fans. They were not going to lose in front of their home fans. Game 7. Who is the pressure on? The pressure is on the team that was up 3-1, not the team that came back from down 3-1, and that's how they end up taking it. So good call out there. Good call out there, C. Anderson. It's crazy when I first started listening to Cleveland media, that was my initial thought. These people don't believe or don't want to win. Yep. They was giving you salt, telling you it was sugar. It's sad the Browns media thinks winning is getting the number 1 or 2 draft picks. They can't see that means you had a losing season, not Super Bowl champs. Craig, they don't see it at all. They don't see it at all. They don't realize that they are advocating for losing, and they don't see it. They don't see it. They don't see it at all. Y'all are gonna see some different stuff with the bot. I see my bot. I'm not gonna give him too much props, but me and the bot, we had a talk. We had a sit down. We had a coaching. Me and the bot had a coaching, and I said, "Look, man, it's some things I need you to work on. It's some things I need you to do better." And so far, the bot has been a little bit better. But also, make sure y'all check out the bot when he's making announcements. Y'all see what he just said. Merch coming soon. We had some people asking for some merch. We had some people asking for the merch. OffThaRecordDee.com. I'm not telling y'all the launch date yet because Patreon going to get first exclusive access to it if you paid on Patreon. But be looking for Off the Record the merch. It's coming. I've been working, y'all. So definitely pay attention to the bot. Remember what Kevin said when Shedeur started games, he has to win. I never remember him saying that about Dylan. It was about him growing and learning. It was. Shedeur Sanders fans also know the game of football. We support Shedeur because he's actually a good QB. Talk to him, or Jizzle. That was a mistake they made as well. They tried to say people who follow Shedeur believe he can walk on water, he could do no wrong. They couldn't have been more wrong about that. What they didn't realize was people who support Shedeur, they want to know more about football so they can see through the people who have no idea what they're talking about. That's what they didn't realize. 394. All good, C. Anderson. Definitely a good call out, C. Anderson. Cleveland media got fired on their day off, for real. Barry assembling the squad. Sorry, Harry, I'm going to have to put you down. Bobby Womack, Monken, about to win. Kevin, who? Kevin, who? Asante, what's going on? How you feeling, man? What's going on? Exactly. Although Jason said we don't know football. That's exactly what he said. Black Pearl says she's seen it. I said the bot is working. He's gonna be dropping some stuff out there. D, you had to put him in check. Yeah, we had to have a little meeting, a little coaching call. Said, bro, you tripping, man. You tripping. Nightbot has been terminated. The Nightbot will have to take 90 days off. It's going to have an opportunity to interview after 90 days. We're going to see if it could go get a job somewhere else and fix his work, because it just came in tripping, calling people names, saying stuff is embarrassing. Nightbot, we had to sit him down. What you got for me, Cedric? Let me copy this. Let's copy this. Put this over here. Cleveland media is like being in a relationship with somebody who never lets you forget you made a mistake. Cleveland media can't get past the mistakes. They don't believe in the team they report on. Big facts. Big facts. They didn't realize the fan base Shedeur had. Now they made him even bigger with their hate. They did. They did. You know what I'm excited about, y'all? We are watching the change of a culture in real time. Yes, they will change. And if they don't, they will get back and ride the winning wave. Either way, it's a win. For real. Nightbot got future endeavor. Yeah, we said, man, you got to go somewhere else with this, man. The Nightbot was tripping. He was tripping. When he came and tried to say it was embarrassing to R Jizzle, I said, nah, you got to relax. You got to relax. Remember, he just came out of nowhere and said it was embarrassing to R Jizzle posting links and R Jizzle didn't post a link. I was like, nah, man, you can't come at my people like that. You cannot do that. Let's copy this what Zedric got for us. We're going to pull this up and then we're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling. They don't know football. The supporters do. If they did, then they would have never believed that nonsense Stefanski was putting out, for real. Jason doesn't know we support Shedeur and our fans of other collegiate NFL teams. We didn't just start watching football. Big distinction there. It's hard for me to listen to content creators who say the Browns should trade back or draft an O-lineman at 6. Shedeur needs weapons. I agree with you. That's why I always say what I want to happen. I never say this is what they need. This is what got to happen, because I don't have control of it. I don't have control of it. So since I don't have control, I say, hey, this is what I want to see happen. Let's see what Zedric got for us. Let's go here. Let's take this thumbnail down. That's too small. Jordan Tyson has become the most polarizing player in this class. This is interesting right here, Zedric. So I started reading it. But there's nothing about him that's exceptional. All this first round talk, I don't see it. To me, to be in the first round, you got to have something special about you. There's nothing physically about him, size, speed, anything that sticks out, and he's been hurt. What? Zedric, I don't know this person, but this person tripping. Go to ESPN Cleveland and watch the cherry breakdown where you're gonna see a crazy play by Sam Levitt rolling out, throwing to his left. He throws it to Jordan Tyson. Jordan Tyson hurdles somebody, bounces on one leg, and dives into the end zone. And you said there's nothing physically about him. I don't know this person. This person tripping. that person tripping. That person tripping. I think it's injury related with Jordan Tyson. Yeah, that person tripping. They don't know what they talking about right there. Let's see. Nightbot been tripping for real. Yeah, we had it. 86. The Browns doing their homework. They had 30 visits with top 8 wide receivers, 10 so far. They know what's up. The media should be reporting on that, but they won't. They won't report on it. The Nightbot got fired right before the first of the month. Yeah, it was too much. When he said to R Jizzle, I'm embarrassed for you, I said, nah, I can't go for that, y'all. I can't go for that. Now, did y'all notice the Cleveland media never mentioned the Hall of Fame QBs that made videos praising Shedeur's QB play? I noticed it. Where we at? Some of fun. What's going on? How you feeling, man?
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo.
Good morning, D. Happy Friday to you, big dog. Shout out to you, 704. Welcome in. Shout out to you, man. What's going on? It's nasty, but I'm not surprised. Yeah, everything with Jordan Tyson is health related. If Jordan Tyson was 100% healthy, he would be the first receiver off the board. People just kind of get out here and they just say crazy things. I also see a draft slide for him as well, Zedric, because he is only going to be able to work out for teams right before the draft. I mean, 6 or 7 days before the draft, he's going to work out for teams. So that's the issue, because that means he needs more time to get healthy. He need more time to get healthy. So It's nasty, but I'm not surprised. I got that one. They keep forgetting that AB went to Shador Pro Day at Colorado this year. Didn't go to no QB's Pro Day. What does that mean? The writing's on the wall. It's right there if they look. It's right there on the wall. AB, Kevin Haslam, and Mary Karen was at Shador's Pro Day. They were. Nightbot is 1-1. Yeah, he was tripping. Not the bot with the fighting words. For real, he said that. I was embarrassed. I was clutching my pearls. I'm like, what is this? You gonna talk to my people like that? Said, come on, man. We got to do better. We got to do better. All right, this is Chase Daniels. Chase Daniels is going to say something about what Dan Orlovsky said. This is pretty good because he's going to highlight it. He's going to highlight Dan Orlovsky's mistake without being nasty. So I really like this. I like when people handle stuff in a good way. So let's play it.
Analysis of Ty Simpson over Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah, look, I talked to Dan quite a bit that after that thing that he said with Ty Simpson over text, and he's just explaining to me. I'm like, dude, you don't have to explain to me. Like, you have an opinion, and you're one of the few people that watches every single snap. I mean, there's quite a few that are out there, but then to be able to regurgitate it to the public, here's where I told him that he was a little bit untrue. And when he went on the Pat McAfee show, because I have no issue whatsoever, and I told Dan this to his face, like, I like that. Like, I tend to agree. Like, I think Ty Simpson's way closer to QB1. I don't think he's QB1 than he is QB3. But here's where I went and got on him a little bit because we're friends. I said, you said to, millions of people out there, whether it's social media, Pat McAfee show, whatever, that Mendoza didn't play in any big games.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dan, did you see his college football playoff run? Did you see him against the #1 defense in the nation in the Big Ten championship game? And then he went on to be like, I'm like, no, Dan, you don't understand. 10 touchdowns, 1 interception.
That's how you do it, y'all. Chase was like, look, I don't agree with what he said. And he kind of said he was not being truthful, but he just was wrong. You can say that, Chase. It's okay. Nobody going to hold it against you. He was wrong. Dan Orlovsky was 100% wrong when he said he didn't play in any big games. He was wrong about that. Now, I don't mind if you feel how you feel about said player, but what I like is he backed it up with facts. I always like when people bring facts to the table, even if you disagree with a person. So, shout out to Chase Daniels. I like that he highlighted the biggest issue with what Dan Orlovsky said, because for whatever reason, that blew past a lot of people. It blew past a lot of people. Maybe the Nightbot can get a job with Jason Lloyd, Echo, and block them. For real. They need some help. I didn't know Kevin went. Who went to see Dylan? Donnie King. So this is what they did. I can't remember the player. They were seeing a player on the West Coast. And what the Browns did last year was they snuck in a visit to Oregon, coming from seeing another player on the West Coast. That's when they went to go see Dylan. If I would have knew that, I would have been like, something's up. They got to be taking somebody from Oregon, but I didn't find that out until after the draft happened. Mary Kay saying Jarvis putting out misinformation about the play calling. She just wasn't in the know. Man, how bold do you have to be to call the player who was in the locker room a liar when you were on the outside looking in? Mary Kay.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do you see Jordan Seaton's interview? I think it's okay for Jordan to be excited about his new school. LSU is a better school. It has nothing to do with Coach Prime. I did see his interview. I thought they tried to get him to say something about Coach Prime. And in the question where they asked him, oh, have you ever played for a coach who was active on social media? And he said, he kind of paused and he said, yes. And then I think he was about to say Coach Prime name, but he caught himself. I know some people I think people are more upset that Jordan Seaton left Colorado than they are with anything he says. He looks in phenomenal shape. He's going to be a top 10 pick. It's going to happen. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. She only knows what Kevin told her. That's a fact. Wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Dylan seemed to be a last minute thing. I think they kind of plan for Dylan. They plan for Dylan a little bit more than we know. Weather 11s, what's going on? How you feeling? Good morning, family. Now they pushing Ty Simpson over Mendoza. He better get tough skin because they will eat him up if he is not tough. I think both of those guys are getting the benefits of this not being the strongest draft class for quarterbacks, and also all the quarterbacks they hyped up preseason did not hold up to it. Jordan Seaton was tripping like his body didn't get transformed by the strength and conditioning coach Swayze. Yeah, do y'all feel like Jordan Seaton took shots at Colorado in that 5-minute interview? Do y'all feel like that? Nobody was checking for Dylan like that. I have a way that I'm going to track some stuff. I'm not going to put it out there because y'all know people be watching me and then playing my sound effects and stuff. So
everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
So I got to be careful of plans I say too early. I got to be careful of stuff I say too early about situations. But I have some things I'm going to look at this draft season to kind of get an idea of where they're going and who they visit. I'll just leave it at that. Kevin snuck off to see Dylan on his own. Hey, I wish you were right now. I'll come to the conclusion that Dan is just not bright enough to provide valid support to any of his arguments. I think people have things that they could do well. I think Dan Orlowski, when he is breaking down actual film, I think he is good. I think as soon as he goes outside of breaking down film, he could be all over the place. And I think it's other players who are in the media, they're good when they talk about their experience or when they talk about what their position should do on or in whatever situation. As soon as they want to be analysts, I think they fall off a cliff and are not good. So if Dan is talking about on-field quarterback play and breaking down film, I think that's the lane that he is the most accurate in. As soon as he get out of that lane and he's trying to be an analyst, it falls off a cliff. Where did I leave off at? Mary Kay has no shame. That's for real. They went to see Dylan right before they went to Shedeur Pro Day. Yeah, they were going somewhere on the West Coast, and I remember it was reported afterwards that they snuck and went to Oregon. I thought they said Kevin Haslam dipped out of Colorado and went to Oregon. It was somewhere on the West Coast or the western side of the United States. They did that. Dio will lie to support his narrative. He's done it before. DG played better than Shedeur at any time last year. I agree with you there. So I pose the question: do y'all believe Jordan Seaton was taking shots? And our Jizzle says, I do, especially the way he left CU. Yeah, I told y'all. I was giving them grace on how he left CU. These are young men. Young men gonna make mistakes. I know that when I was in their age range, I didn't make the best decisions. So I give young people grace. I don't give nobody with gray hair grace because they lived enough life to know better. Detroit Gemini, I don't think so. The media was trying to be messy, in my opinion. That's more how I would lean Detroit Gemini. I don't think he said anything. I don't think he said anything that was. I don't think he said that was taking a shot. I think the media was trying to, especially it was a. I don't know who their media people are, but it was a female voice who asked him a certain question, and I was like, that kind of seemed like a setup question. What will it look like if the QBs don't take a step forward like they think? I'm riding with Darian Mensah though. I like Mensah. They just gonna be stuck saying 2028. They just moved the year. It's something they can shift every year. When I say nobody, I mean no other teams. Oh, got you. Okay, I see what you're saying, KC. D, I'm going to be honest. A lot of these players don't understand when the media is trying to set them up. Shedeur does well with that. Yeah, Shedeur is because of his dad. It's because of his dad. It's because of who his dad is. His dad dealt with the media for so long on a different level that he can show them. Other guys have to learn and grow how to deal with the media. Seaton and Staub are where they need to be. Yeah, I don't got no problem where they are. Dan has been pushing bad narratives for years now. Hey, you notice what I said, Cedric? I said when he is doing a specific thing, that's when I think he's good. As soon as he goes outside of that thing, fall off a cliff. It's crazy if Jordan would get beside himself or take shots at Colorado because if I understand correctly, wasn't it Shedeur that purchased the car for him? I believe it was. And to me, I don't think he's taking shots at them. They're flip-flopping because they don't know what they're going to get from either QB. I agree with that. I said, since when is D.O. a draft expert? Well, if you're breaking down a quarterback's play, you can, I don't know, I wouldn't call him an expert on where guys are slotted to be drafted, but I think he can break down their game film. If y'all notice, people don't like Dan Orlovsky, but everybody who watches Fernando Mendoza film says the exact same thing. Everybody who watches Ty Simpson film says the exact same thing. I happen to watch these guys throughout the season, so I just came to my conclusion on them earlier, but everybody's saying the same thing. Listen to what I'm saying. When certain players try to be analysts, they fall off a cliff. When they're breaking down what they did in their position, usually is when you get the best from them. Go down the list. Look at Unken. Look at Asante Samuel. Just look at some of the takes they had when they try to be analysts versus when they break down the position they play. They do a way better job when they break down the position they play. Jordan didn't say anything negative, but did fall for some of the same landmine stops. I think when they say it's different, they think that's neutral, not realizing they open the gate agendas. Yeah, you got to learn to recognize when somebody is setting you up. Everybody can't see it. And I believe as you get older, you should be able to see it better. When you're young, you're more susceptible to it. D, stop it. Dan Orlovsky is terrible. He once said that Dylan's preseason picks his game against Philly was better than Shedeur's game against Carolina. Okay. All right. I need everybody. Do y'all remember when we was in school and they said, I need you to put on your listening ears, your thinking cap? I need everybody. I'm going to say this very, very clear so y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Y'all see the title, Eliminate the Gray. We're going to eliminate the gray area. This is what we're going to do. This is how I feel about Dan Orlovsky. This is how I feel about him. If Dan Orlovsky is breaking down film on quarterbacks, I believe that is what he does best. I believe that is what he does best. Full stop. If Dan Orlovsky is trying to slot where players will be drafted, I don't think he's good at it. If Dan Orlovsky is trying to be an analyst, i.e. Dylan Gabriel played better than Shedeur, I don't think he's good at it. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth, as Chris Tucker would say? It's very simple, y'all. Don't turn it into something that I'm not saying. Listen to exactly what I just said. Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. I'm chalking it up to being young and sometimes naive with the optics around CU and Coach Prime. You have to be mindful of what you say. I agree with that. Jordan got the wrong people in his ear. Kiffin don't care about Jordan. I agree with that. I agree with that. Ms. Brown, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Anything you say can and will be used against you. That's why Shedeur says a lot without saying things that can be perceived a certain way. I agree. I think Jordan just trying to be happy with his new team. He is there now. He has to. Yeah, he's just trying to be he's just trying to big up the situation he's in. Speak highly of it. I think that's all it is. That's all it is. It's not much more to read into there.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Ms. Brown. We appreciate you. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You've been here from the beginning, so we appreciate you. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Thank you. Shedeur gave seating his own Maybach. Okay, you were confirming what Keith Mathis asked earlier. Dano has no integrity, no credibility. Even if he gets it right, sometimes he has his own agenda when talking about players. He's trash. I agree with you. That's why I don't think y'all hearing what I'm saying. I think y'all think I'm saying something different than what I'm saying. That's why I had to clarify. That's why I had to clarify. The fact that we were debating whether Jordan actually took shots at CU or not, the thought of it was bought and paid for. Yeah, I don't think he did. D, we don't like Dan. No, talk to me, Detroit Gemini. Talk to me. All right. We on the same page, Asante. Thank you. We on the same page. We're on the same page now. The problem with Dan, though, is he has established a pattern of favoritism. He always hypes his guys. Trevor Lawrence, J.J. McCarthy, Jackson Dart, now Ty Simpson. Those are his guys. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all something, and I want you to think about this. I like when people make it very clear who they like and who they don't like. I like that. I want to know exactly where you stand. Even if I don't agree with where you stand, I want to know exactly where you stand. Just think of the name of the stream or the name of the show. Eliminate the gray. That's eliminate the gray area. That's pick a side. That's you decide where you're going to be. I like when people make it clear who they like. I'm not too worried about if they get it right or wrong. I want to know exactly where you stand, and then I know how I can look at you. The people who irritate me are the people who won't make it clear where they stand. So even if I don't agree with who his guys are, I like the fact that he'll put his name on somebody. Because we have 80% of the media who won't put their name on anybody or anything. Anybody or anything. Negative, he trashed Shedeur play in film. He didn't report what the film showed. He said, I don't know what to make of the film. Whether you agree with it or disagree with it, if that's what he came up with, I know I don't have to listen to what you say about Shedeur's film. You see how that works? I don't have to agree with you. I want you to just put out there what it is. If you don't know what to do with Shedeur film, I don't got to listen to what you say about Shedeur's film. You see how that works? See how I use that? You need that on the soundboard. I might have to get that. on the soundboard. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Craig, I don't like Dano. That's what it is. Dio isn't afraid to be deceptive. Let's not forget those producers are in his ear as soon as he gets off script. I agree with that. We don't like End Zone Dan. We hear you. We just don't like Dio. I like it. See, this is where I like to be. Let's just call it straight what it is. Call it straight. I like that. No, he on that side. The hell with him and the other ones. Our Dizzle. I'm with you. I'm with you. We only know he on that side because he put it out there. If he never put it out there, we wouldn't know how he stood, where he stood. Did he forget we saw the transformation on social? I said, what? Swazi had that boy chiseled, made me go side-eye him. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I try to see stuff clear. I try to see it clear. I just didn't get those. But I'm giving him grace. So that's probably why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it about Jordan Seaton.
Oh my God! Wow!
I got money.
Shout out to Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your support, because I remember you let me know. You like, man, I'm here for Shedeur. I'm not a Browns fan, but I like to check into your stuff. So I appreciate you, Keith Hunt. Thank you for all your support. Some of these boys want to act brand new to the media training that Coach Prime gave them. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Give credit where credit is due. I think it also, he's thinking it. I also think if you highlight, oh man, when I was at CU, this coach helped me, this coach helped me, this coach helped me in your first media availability at a new school, don't y'all think that could open up a can of worms to where then the media would compare what happened at CU Like, it's hard to be at the new place and then keep going back and speaking so highly of this because you open up another can of worms. So I don't look at it that way. That special awareness kills Dio every time. I'm gonna start saying that these folks ran on Twitter about Shedeur. Some of them like to hide behind, well, I like Shedeur, but yeah, that's just they don't like Shedeur. I'm talking about Seaton and the other players that love the program I support. I'm eliminating Gray. I love it, R-Jizzle. I got you now. I got you. The funny thing is these other schools have so much to say that the players are not being developed to see you, but they sure try to take them. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Let's keep it moving forward. Yeah, it was short. It was short, Maurice. I think it was about 5 minutes. It was a short interview. What we got next on the docket? The Browns got a new wide receiver, y'all. If you were part of the paid version of Patreon, you know we did a breakdown. We're doing the In the Weeds series. In the Weeds series, we kind of go deeper into like another level of breaking down film. We had Tylan Wallace on there. I was pleasantly surprised when I saw the different routes that he was running. He's not just a gadget player, electric on special teams. So I was excited. Let's listen to him speak on him coming to the Browns. They're also going to ask him a question about Todd Monken because it's a football team being built here, y'all. And y'all let me know, did Tylan Wallace come here to lose? we go get to it. Let's go.
Browns on BPA. We've had on Titus Howard. We had on Quincy Williams. Welcoming now to the show. He's a wide receiver. He's a returner. He's a man who does everything. He is the newest Brown, and he is live with us, live on tape. What does it matter? It's a podcast. Tylan Wallace, how the heck are you, man?
Yes, sir. I'm great. Good to be here.
How's it feel going Baltimore to Cleveland? This isn't like going Baltimore to Denver, right? Or Baltimore to Arizona. Yeah. It's Baltimore to Cleveland, man.
Yeah, keep it in the conference. So no, I feel good about being here, though. I know some people don't feel the same, but I'm happy to be here.
Wait a minute, who doesn't feel the same?
I mean, a couple of Baltimore fans, but it's all right. It will be all right.
Have they been blowing up your mentions?
A little bit, maybe just a little bit, but most of them positive. So I'll say that a lot of them were positive.
Okay, so I'll ask you the same thing I asked Coach Monk, and same thing I asked Travis Schweitzer. What are you doing with all your Ravens gear?
That's a great one. I'm gonna keep it for later on down the road. When I'm, done playing everything, I'll still have it, and I'll keep it in storage for now.
Okay, that's a good answer. You're not just like dropping it out on the curb and waiting for the Monday pickup. You're not doing that.
No, definitely not. I can't do that.
Let's talk about Coach Monk. How much of an influence was he in your decision?
Yeah. Oh, obviously a big influence being there with Monk. I love being there with him and how he ran the offense and just how he held himself just as a coach and how he treated everybody in the building and not only just the players. So, it was great to be around Monk, and it was a big, part of my decision process to come here.
We've seen him, obviously. We've talked to him. He's done the podium. He's done the interviews. He's been the man around town. What's he like in a meeting room? Like when he's the OC, now he's the head coach, obviously, but when he's the OC and he's up there in front of the room, what's he like?
He's great. I mean, he's a personality. I'll give him that. He's definitely a big personality guy, but definitely love Monk, man. Love being around him. Just love the way he holds himself, and it's just something you got to experience to be in a meeting room with that guy.
Does he call you out? Does he call you up? Is he the teacher that like makes you stand up and recite your homework? Like what are we doing?
He's had those moments for sure where he's one of those, teachers that make you stand up and say, make you stand on your word, I guess you would say. So he's one of those, but it's good for everybody, I think, when he does that in a good way.
It's kind of like a good-natured, get-in-your-face. He's not a screamer. He's I might make fun of you. Am I on the right track here?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely all in a good way, for sure.
You scored a touchdown last year, week 2.
Does he sound like he doesn't want to be here? Does he sound like he came here for the Browns to blow everything up, tank and lose? Do y'all get that energy from him? Do y'all get that vibe from him? when he's describing Coach Monken, do you feel that from him? So, I like his energy. I like his excitement. And actually, when I looked at him on the field, I felt a lot better because you can use him in more ways than he was able to be used. And I think they just had a full wide receiver room in Baltimore. Let's catch up. Let's catch up on the chat. Or yeah. Jordan Seaton is in the honeymoon stages, but they're no longer buff, so not really following them. Wish him the best. Could care less. Unless you. Yeah, I'll probably watch them a little bit during the year because I want to see how Sam Levitt does. I'll probably watch a little bit from some of the quarterbacks I started watching last year who were still in college, like Lenore Sellers. Of course, I watched some Arch Manning. I want to see how those quarterbacks do if they progress and get better. But it won't be something I'll be reporting on the regular, so you don't got to worry about that. D, I'm here for Shador, you and the Off the Record family. We appreciate you, Keep On. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Baltimore was sad to see him go. Yeah, I think they kind of had him waiting in the wings like, hey, he going to take off. They're kids. They have to show support at their new schools or they will look crazy for leaving. Best of luck to each of them. I'm with you, Miss K. The players better start acting like Quincy with Mary Kay. Is this the last question on my old team? For real. I waited to watch this here so I could get a fresh listen. I like the mindset of the guys that they're bringing in. I like the mindset. They have positive energy. I've been here when the Browns have been signing guys to come here and the energy was a little off. You can tell, man, this guy probably just took the money. I'm not sensing that with the players who are coming in here. I'm not sensing that. Weather Levis took me out. Weather Levis took me out. You took me out with the comment, Weather Levis. D, which wide receivers today you think won't make the 53 roster? No way they can keep all the ones they have now and bring on new ones. Guys who are on the bubble. Cedric Tillman, Jamari Thrash. Unfortunately, Gage Larvidan. Who else is probably on the bubble? Yeah, I think those would be my top three on the bubble. Because I'm trying to go through it in my mind real quick here. Yeah, those would be my top three. But Gage, I believe we can kind of keep Gage on the practice squad if need be. But Cedric Tillman, I don't know if Cedric Tillman has a spot on this roster. So those would be my three. He looks like Gage. Let's see. I'm sorry, D. They caught me off guard. Yeah. See, I've seen him a bunch of times, so it didn't hit me too bad. D, I don't think he is bad to see you, but whatever he says is under scrutiny. Who's that dude that said, is this the last question about the Jets? Jordan doesn't have the type of motion yet. Yeah, that's Quincy Williams. He don't have that type of motion. No way. No way he could say, man, I'm not answering nothing else about CU. He not there yet. Where we at? What's this? More narrative pushing? Yeah. Jackie Judy better watch out this year. He might be on the practice squad. Catch a passes from the janitors. He gonna get the reverse Shador. Just him calling him Monk kinda tells you Monk is a player's coach. He is. Find me one player to co-sign Stefanski. I looked of all the players who played for him. The only one I can find was Kirk Cousins. That's the only one I can find. I couldn't find nobody else. The vet wide receiver would keep that pressure on Jerry Jeudy because he needs it. Excuse me. If he doesn't perform, sit that arse down. The best availability is accountability. Talk to him, Maurice. Hashtag New Cleveland. The new players have been told the plan and bought into the vision. Ivar? That's a fact. D, these new players are so glad to be in Cleveland. Look at their faces. Lots of smiles. They are. They are. D, don't they need them for special teams? Jamari Thrash. Well, it seems like they're gonna have like tight ends on special teams. It seems like they're gonna have some whatever young guys they get towards the end on special teams. So I don't see Jamari Thrash. He wasn't a big special teamers, I don't believe. Gage Larvidan, since he does play special teams, that's why I think they would kind of keep him. Cedric Tillman, he don't play special teams. I think they had Cedric Tillman return a punt one time. Actually, they didn't have him return it. They had him fair catch a punt one time since he's been with the Browns. So that's why I have them lower. Out of those three, Gage will be the least likely cut candidate to me. Yeah, that's why I think they'll be on the bubble, because usually on the bubble is like those last three. You got one spot, and it's like three guys that you got to decide on. I think they could be on the bubble. Anybody see Dylan? I haven't seen him. Betonio, yeah, he might speak highly of him. Y'all know I'm rooting for Janky. Got to get it together. Wait until we see the endorsements rolling in or the Browns players. That 6 and 39 pick is going to put pressure on Jerry Jeudy or Jizzle. I'm with you.
Against the Browns in September, if I told you that day that you'd be wearing the other uniform playing against the Ravens next year, what would you have thought?
I wouldn't have thought there was no chance. I would have never thought about that. But it's crazy how everything ends up coming full circle. I'm really happy to be here.
I was going down a rabbit hole last night on the internet. There's some Ravens content where it pointed out how you earlier in the game had gone in motion, dug out Devin Bush, and kind of set that whole thing up. Take me through that.
Yeah, so going into that game plan, that we kind of had that set up where, like you.
I want y'all to listen to this. This is how Todd Monken sets up a play. Remember the other day I was saying you can start to set up a play. You can start to set up a play by using another play that's kind of setting them up. They're going to talk about Todd Monken doing that against the Browns. So listen here.
You said bringing that same motion in, going, block the linebacker, and then play later. Monk being Monk, dials it up, calls the same play, but calls a pass off of it. I end up coming open in the back of the end zone, and Lamar throws it to me for a touchdown.
How do you, and I'm sure this is part of the conversation, but I don't want to put words in your mouth and assume. You had 1,000 special teams play over the years, but you also had that touchdown. You had the 84-yarder against the Bengals, which Ravens fans, still talk about to this day. How do you, whether it's a slot, a Z, whatever, Tylan, get on the field more on offense?
I think it's just take advantage of the opportunities. I feel like that's kind of been my thing that I've always taken pride in ever since I've been playing, was no matter when I'm on the field, how often I'm on the field, whenever I am on the field, is to take advantage of whatever opportunities I do get.
Hey, they speaking my language, y'all. They talking that talk. They saying what I like to hear. Take advantage of the opportunity when you out there. Control what you can control. Control what you can control. That's what you do. Control what you can control. All right, let's catch up. Last year, Myles said the front office told him they had to answer a QB. Then a crazy four-way competition happened that caused more harm to the organization. Do you think Myles doesn't trust the Browns? I think Myles identifies where that came from. That was Kevin Stefanski, and we know who is no longer here. I'm pretty excited about this coming season. Y'all know I'm hype. I am hype for CU and the Cleveland Browns this year. I'm hyped for both of them. I want everyone on the team to buy in and be successful. They all got something to play for, and they seem to be good, intelligent men. Yeah, definitely bringing some high character guys, and some guys who want to be here, guys who want to win. So it just doesn't match. Remember earlier I was saying the Browns are bringing in guys who have a different mindset. The Cleveland media doesn't understand the mindset, so they're still pushing, losing. It doesn't match. Craig is with you at 11s. He thinks Jerry Jeudy will have a better season. Gage made a lot of mistakes last season. Yeah, that's why I think he'll be on the bubble. I don't think it'll be due to effort. I think it'll be due to if you have an upgrade at the position where he was able to make the most, then you'll look at it differently. There was this lady under a Browns post saying she was giving Janky one more chance because she believes in him, and I thought about you at 11s. Well, at 11s, it's three of y'all. It's three of y'all out there. D, what does Tillman contract look like? How many years left? Tillman is on the last year of his rookie deal. He has no contract after this season coming up. Last year of his rookie deal. It wasn't a big rookie deal either. It wasn't a big rookie deal. Gage is a rookie on a horrible 2025 team. I hope they keep him. Yeah, I think they can keep him, but I think they can keep him on the practice squad and call him up when time's right. D, I have R. Jizzle, Zedric, and Keith Hunt. My support is going up. Don't try and come back later with Janky have a Pro Bowl season. Yeah. I hope he does better. I hope he does. Bubba should have taken him off punt return. I think they left him out there to suffer or just didn't care enough to switch him. They should have had him run routes for Shador. I agree with that. How about them Raiders? Wrong place. I don't know why, but I'm a good judge of character, and something in my spirit is telling me he is playing with a chip. Jerry Judy, a bad chip or a winning chip? We gonna see. D, what about Malachi Corley? I think he gonna make the team. I think Malachi Corley is gonna make the team. I don't think he on the bubble. Browns putting out new and good information. They giving you a first look at the new players that they signed, and these guys have the right mindset and mentality. I agree he will play better if nothing else. The competition this season will push him. That's a good point. What we got next? Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper standing 10 toes down like he's done since the draft. Let's play this.
The Jets have to be figuring out Ty Simpson. The Steelers have to figure out Ty Simpson. And now certainly Arizona does. They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well.
The Browns don't have to worry about Ty Simpson. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson and Shedeur Sanders. Don't go there.
I believe the Browns need to figure out Ty Simpson.
The Jets.
Stop it. Get some help.
Phil Yates, get some help, man. Get some help. Phil Yates. If we just look back at their college careers, Shedeur's college career is better than the two guys they are propping up this year. So you need to get some help. All year, I've told y'all, let me show y'all something real quick. I might even change this to when Phil Yates starts speaking. I might even change this. I might have to do some work. Whenever Phil Yates starts speaking, this is what I see, y'all. He's sitting up there just like this. This Phil Yates, y'all. Whenever Mel Kiper is speaking, he is just like this. He do not like to hear about Shedeur, y'all. He don't like to hear it. Deal with it.
Have to be figuring out Ty Simpson. The
Just
Steelers
like this,
have to figure out Ty Simpson. And now certainly Arizona does. They want to try to trade back in and get him.
Yeah, the Browns, by the way, need to figure out Ty Simpson as well.
The Browns don't have to worry about Ty Simpson. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson and Shedeur Sanders.
Talk that talk. It ain't going to work. Mel said, I've been doing this a long, long time. It ain't going to work. They got a better quarterback than Ty Simpson. Go somewhere else with that. Shout out to Mel Kiper. I got something for y'all. Now, all the trade Myles stuff, I've been showing y'all, laying my case that this is it. They just got a poor mindset. So you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it back for y'all. Because sometimes you got to know how people view things when they went through this situation previously and if they're able to handle it better the second time. We gonna see. So I'm gonna throw it back for y'all. We got a throwback coming. Where we at? Mel checked that guy. He did. Judy is in the same boat as Watson. And they just waiting to get the contracts off the books. Judy is healthier than Watson, but he better step it up quick this year. Andrew Berry is definitely playing chess. He's sending a lot of messages to a lot of people with these moves, players, fans, and media alike. Yes, he is. Raiders going to be all right. Don't know if they take Mendoza. Yeah, it's early signs point to that. But shout out to Ashton Genty. I like Ashton Genty. Shout out to Max Crosby. Mel ain't falling for the okie doke. He is not. Phil Yates, for real. These dudes get jobs just to push agendas and narratives. That's it. That face cringe whenever Mel brings up Shedeur. I know Mel will be on his head off scenes, for real. Who is that guy? Mel not having it. That's Phil Yates. They do a podcast together. Half these people don't even know why they don't like Shedeur. They don't. Mel Kiper is a real one. He been that same way the whole time. What caught me off guard was when 93 The Fan had Ty Simpson's coach on their show. I thought, wow, why? That's some brazen propaganda on both sides. It is. And it's Anthony Lima and King Carmen, and I took them off my stream a long time ago and said, we're not going to fall for their shenanigans. Yates was at Shedeur Pro Day last year, glazing. Now every chance he get, he is taking shots at Shedeur. It don't make sense, y'all. It don't make sense. We have a long We have a long main event today because we got to take it back for y'all, bring it up to speed, and put some stuff to bed.
Let's get ready to rumble!
D, I believe this make or break year because after this year, the Browns will be expecting playoffs or nothing. After this year, I think they got a chance to make the playoffs this year. So I think this is the perfect year to capitalize and turn things around. I think this is the perfect year. D, I'm no football wizard, but Grossi's reasoning for wanting to trade Myles makes 0 sense. It's like they are stuck on losing. New picks isn't the Browns' issue. Detroit Gemini, you kind of beating me to it. But I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like that. I blame the producers. It's not even good radio. It's not good radio. Terrible radio over there. All right, let's get it. I got to throw it back for y'all because
the Browns made 10 draft picks over the last.
I've been dealing with the people that y'all see in the media that it's hard for y'all to listen to for a long time. And they didn't know much then, and they don't know much now. We gotta run Latika's intro again.
I don't think he went to school nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
That is you, Selmo Fudd. That is the link you sent me. That is the link you sent me, Selmo Fudd. I'm back. What I missed, just kidding. I'll rewind later. All good. Welcome back. Got to stop treating the draft like the Super Bowl. They have to. They have to. But just to show y'all that this is more deja vu for me, and it's y'all looking at stuff like this is crazy, I had to take it back for y'all. So I want y'all to listen to this. The Browns just went 1-16 or 1-15. I'm sorry, the year prior because it was 16 games at the time. Listen to how they're talking about the draft.
10 draft picks over the last 3 days. We're going to pick our favorites with one rule. You cannot pick Myles Garrett as your favorite draft pick because that's too obvious. So I will start Mary Kay. David Njoku out of Miami. The Browns traded up from number 33 to get him. They gave up number 33, number 108. It's rare for them to trade up that early in the draft. He's huge, enormous, 6'4", and he's only 20 years old. Probably could grow a little bit more. We'll see how that goes. He gives them a big play threat for whoever is playing quarterback. That's my favorite pick. Mary Kay, what's yours?
Well, you know, if all goes as planned for Hugh Jackson, your favorite pick and my favorite pick will be hooking up a lot on the long ball. Mine was
his favorite pick was David Njoku. I would say he got that right. He got that right. Where we at? Let's go. Nah, we don't need the long one. He got it right. Let's see who Mary Kay picks, y'all.
It was easy for me to pick. It was Deshaun Kaiser at number 52 overall. You know, he went to Philadelphia for the draft thinking that he was going to be picked in the first round. Then it was kind of agonizing, sitting in that green room all day long. He went home to Toledo, and not only was he not picked number 33.
We're going to just settle y'all the time listening to this. Mary Kay wasn't able to pick quarterbacks then. She's not able to pick or identify quarterbacks now. Nothing changed. This was the Super Bowl. The Browns had 10 selections. And guess what they did the next year? They didn't win any games, y'all. They didn't win any games. So the picks and grabbing all these picks does not just mean we're going to win now. That's not what that means. But the Browns microphones, the Cleveland microphones believe that. Let's go. Now,
when it comes to sports media,
shout out to Press Room Breakdown. If you don't follow him, go subscribe to his channel. Shout out to Press Room Breakdown. He did this breakdown and he has a good question. His question is, do they want wins? He's talking about the media, y'all.
Do they actually want teams to win? It sounds like a strange question at first because we all assume everyone involved is pulling in the same direction. But when you slow down and really pay attention to how coverage unfolds over time, certain patterns start to show up that don't fully align with that assumption.
I would say this. I think he's very close, but I would slightly tweak that. He asks, do they want wins? I would say they don't know how to win. That's how I would tweak it. But definitely go check out Press Room Breakdown. Y'all know I like his channel. I like what he's doing. Good stuff over there. Slight tweak to what he said. Slight tweak. I would say they don't know how to win. Let's go. Let's pause it. Now, y'all know I'm going to be the one that's going to take you through history of things with the Browns. Now, Devin McCourty's his brother. Jason McCourty was on the Browns team in 2017. He is talking about how everything was bad behind the scenes. Stuff was thrown off. He was on that team. He was on that team, y'all. A lot of people don't even know to go to this player, but y'all will see why when we get to the next article. Let's go.
My goodness. I actually have a notes section in my phone of like all the things that were happening that season. Me and Duke Johnson we would go through it, and like something else would happen and we'd write it down and tick it off. Worst moment of that season, man, I would say this was probably the worst one. I remember it was just whatever week it was, normal course of a week, a Wednesday or Thursday practice. And we all had, which a lot of teams do, like an app where everybody, you get the schedule, you can message people, Teamworks app. And I remember we're finishing practice and some guys are in the weight room and all of that. And you get a notification on your phone and you look at it, it comes from Teamworks. And it says, we will be releasing so-and-so today to make room for whoever. And I'm assuming that this was supposed to go out to select individuals, not the entire team. So we're now sitting in a locker room, a group of us like, yo, he just got released, but he's working out in the weight room and he probably hasn't looked at his phone. Who's going to go tell him that, hey, we just got this message? And then finally we sat there, somebody went, pulled him aside and was just like, yo, we just saw this message. You may want to go find your position coach or GM and figure. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like.
That's how bad stuff was in Cleveland, y'all. That's how bad stuff was in Cleveland. Did I read that caption right? The team accidentally sent out an alert to all players that they were planning on cutting a guy. Another player had to go find the guy in the weight room to break it to him. That's how bad stuff was in Cleveland. That is not how things are happening right now. That is not how they're happening. They're happening way different right now. Now, I played that for a reason to show y'all the dysfunction. I wanted y'all to see the dysfunction. We don't have this level of dysfunction with the Cleveland Browns right now. But then Jason McCourty is going to say something else, put out an article. So he says, I was in Cleveland in 2017. Hold on, let me pause this video. There's no way we were trying to win. There's no way we were trying to win. And y'all might say, why are you highlighting this 2017 stuff? Because the same Cleveland microphones were covering the team when this all took place. The same Cleveland microphones, Tony Grossi, Mary Kay, they were all covering the team. The guys on the radio, not all of them on the radio, some of them on the radio, were covering the team during this time. The Browns did what they are calling for the Browns to do then. They kept losing to get draft picks. It did not turn into success that you would think. You cannot loser mentality and tank your way into becoming a better team. That's not how it works. The Browns have went through this already. They've taken this approach that the Cleveland microphones are telling them to take now. It's another quote that I want to get from here. Take this down. I don't need that ad. Okay, here we go. This is Jason McCourty. I was in Cleveland in 2017. There's no way we were trying to win. It's very obvious. That is to no surprise to anyone. You don't need me to corroborate the story and say we were tanking, we were trying to lose. Duh. I said this when I got to New England. You realize winning in the NFL is not easy, so you don't want to take it for granted. You celebrate your wins. But the year I spent in Cleveland also taught me winning ain't this hard either. Y'all listening? Winning ain't this hard either. You don't just go 1-31. It's not that hard to figure out on the other end of it. The Browns have already did the scrape the team down to bare bones, get all of the draft picks, and do all of those things. It does not work. It doesn't work. The Cleveland microphones are calling for them to have a repeat of this. Do you believe the Cleveland Browns are closer? Let me put a poll in. I got a poll for y'all. This is the poll. Tap into the poll. Do you believe the Browns are closer to 1 win or 10 wins? Do you believe they're closer to 1 win or 10 wins? And I'm going to catch up on the chat. I'm going to catch up on the chat. Zed, the dog pound, treat every win like a Super Bowl. I agree. Somebody should share Grossi a company box of guitars since they want picks. Give them an axe picks, ice picks, or toothpicks for real. Any type of pick he won't. But the funny part is that having this coach on there didn't help Ty out one bit. I remember that it didn't. At this point, I don't care what their opinions are concerning Shedeur or the team. I'm good on them. That's all. That's the best way to look at it, Marie. The bandwagon will be filling up by midseason. I agree. The Cleveland media needs term limits like Congress does. He is right. They don't want wins. They just want to rinse and repeat. I agree. Did I read that caption right? I reread it for you. You did read it right. Do you know how insane that is? Very disrespectful. Nasty work. Yes. So I got to show y'all how bad things were when they went through this. Who was the coach when that happened? That's crazy. 2017, that should have been Hugh Jackson, I believe. Hugh Jackson. Organizational dysfunction at its best. I agree. Where we leave off at? Hey D, you giving us a history lesson today. Wow, they didn't want to win way back then. They did not. Winning ain't easy, but it ain't that hard. Nice why I had to bring this up. 10 because they should have won 7 or 8 last year. The process doesn't work. Losing to win is bull junk. I agree. There will be 10 wins this year. Real talk. Y'all know what I said. I was looking back, and Kevin had some great players when he came on offense. OBJ, Chubbs, Mayfield, Jarvis. It's culture issues. What's the first thing they're fixing now? The culture. They're going to learn today. So y'all see it. So 89% believe the Browns are closer to 10 wins. So if you are closer to 10 wins than 1 win, why would you blow that team up? Why wouldn't you look at the New England Patriots, the Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions before a couple years ago? Why wouldn't you look at those teams and say, we are closer to turning it around like those teams than we are the Miami Dolphins, the New York Jets, the Arizona Cardinals? Y'all see the conundrum? They don't know how to win, y'all. They are telling people to go do the same playbook that the Browns already ran. So I just want to highlight this for y'all. Take it back. They've done what some people are saying do already, and it didn't work. It failed. All right, let's keep it pushing. Now, this news. This news came out. Myles Garrett contract has been altered. Let's play it.
Need some modifications to the language of Myles Garrett's contract yesterday. Any connection there with what Jeremy's talking about?
Well, a lot of people have asked that question, Laura, and a lot of people have seen that Myles Garrett's contract was modified and the option bonuses were pushed back from the 15th day of the league year, which is about right now, to the week before the start of the regular season. And there are teams around the league that have surmised that maybe that might make it easier one day to trade Myles Garrett. But the Browns have zero intention of moving on from Myles Garrett. They didn't do that to trade him. They're not thinking about trading him. Trading is not an option for them right now. So I know a lot of people have said that, but the Cleveland Browns have said just the opposite. They are not looking and are not interested in dealing Myles Garrett.
And people
very clear. Also, remember I told y'all the Cleveland media don't have access? Who are the people who actually spoke to the Browns? Adam Schefter, not Mary Kay, not Tony Grossi. They didn't speak to the Browns. They looking at X just like us to get the news. The Browns aren't speaking to him. They are not speaking to him. So they are locked out. They don't know what's going on. Their access has been denied. Y'all remember that. Their access has been denied. Fish out of water. Let's catch up on the chat before we keep it moving forward. As long as the NFL continues to award losing teams with top picks, tanking won't happen. I think they need a lottery system similar to the NBA. Not the best solution, but make it more difficult. There was a push to go to a lottery system in the NFL. The owners rejected it. The owners don't want it. You got to think. It's two ways to look at if you go to a lottery system in the NFL. You can say, man, the tanking teams will probably stop tanking. It don't stop tanking in the NBA. Teams still tanking in the NBA. So teams will still tank for just the chance they would tank. Also, if you are a good team and you plan to win every year, you want teams exposing that they don't want to win. When the Browns were going through all that losing, 2016, 2017, you know what we did with our best players? We traded all of them for cheap. We were letting guys go. We were letting guys go and trading guys for cheap. So when there are teams who have good players, but they want to tank, the good teams can come and snatch up those players from them. So you want teams to still want to lose. If you're a winner, because you see an opportunity, man, our defensive end got hurt. We are pass rusher away. Oh, this losing team right here, we'll go get their pass rusher because they don't know what to do with it. Look at their media. Their media saying trade the best player and try to find somebody else who could do what they did. So you can try to implement it. I believe teams will still lose. But the winning teams are the ones who want to block this. I want you to take yourself out the running early. It start off. If you say, okay, before the season start, everybody got a shot. 3 weeks in, you identify 10 teams who are tanking. That's a third of the league that you don't got to worry about. You only got to worry about the other 20. Only the stronger survive. Survival of the fittest. If you're a good team, hey, let them tank. Let them write themselves off before the year start. So that's why I was never able to go through in the NFL, because the winning teams don't want that. The winning teams want the losers keep being losers. It's more losing organizations in the NFL than people actually highlight. Once you start going down the list, you'll be surprised at the ones who haven't done nothing in so long. So that's why they couldn't get to that situation. I messed up again. 10 wins for me too. Oh yeah, all good. It's still 93% saying 10 wins. Tanking culture wasn't popular until Joel Embiid. Look where that got Philly. 1 MVP season, no championships. And then take it a little back further in that, Zedric. Do you remember when David Robinson got hurt and then the San Antonio Spurs got the #1 pick in Tim Duncan? That was not an intentional tank. David Robinson got hurt and they end up with the #1 pick. Teams try to artificially do what the Spurs did because they believe that led to the dynasty, not just David Robinson getting hurt. But good call out. Good call out there, Zedric. Where we at? That's right because, or let me see this. Say that in all caps. That's right because in life, if you lose, you don't get the prize. If you win, you get the reward. That's real. I had to learn about this team against my will. Crowd Weather Collect. That's funny. Please explain what the modified contract means. I'm so confused. They moved around dates that they will pay him money. So he could have been getting another chunk of his money paid right now. Instead, it's going to be paid out later. And they got up until the 3rd week of the season to pay it. So they moved payment dates for a big chunk of money. That's what they did. In the simplest form, I can explain it. Andrew Berry isn't checking for what Cleveland media thinks of his moves. He is not. They're outside. They don't even know. If they wanted to trade Myles, why was he included in the plans for the future? He told us what the plan was for Shedeur. People are just speculating. I'm not saying I don't have control of if Myles Garrett will be traded. I would say this. I don't believe in the next season the Browns will trade Myles Garrett. That's not what I believe. I'm willing to be wrong because I don't have full control over this. I'm not going to speculate on what the Browns are going to do in 2027 and 2028. That's how you end up looking like a fool. You end up looking like a fool when you speculate past on situations when you can't even control them. I don't determine that outcome. Fans just pivoted to Adam, didn't know anything, and he doesn't know. That's who the Browns speaking directly to. Doesn't the bonus come without restrictions? He still gets the same money with less restrictions. It's more so time. It's more so timing, I would say, is the biggest thing. Timing of when they have to pay it out is the biggest thing. This is what people are saying. The dead cap money is the same. Now, I said Myles Garrett wouldn't be traded before last season. And the reason I said that was the dead cap money. I think people should look more at the dead cap hit they would take if they traded Myles than when he gets these bonuses. That's what I think people should do. That's how I view it. When Myles Garrett had a $90 million dead cap hit, he wasn't going to be traded. And everybody who looked at the contract said the dead cap hit is very similar. So I feel the same way I felt before. They're probably not about to trade him. Probably not about to trade him. You with the winning team this season with the dog pound. For real, we winners. Anyone leaking info in that front office hitting them streets. Media locked out. Media is locked out. Locked out. Didn't Miami just offload most of his players? Miss K, they did. They did. That's one team you can just X off. Miami not trying to win next year. So the winning teams don't help these losing teams. Don't help these losing organizations. If they want to cross themselves out before the year start, cross themselves out before the year start. That's one less team I got to worry about on my pursuit to a championship. Schefter is just as bad as local Cleveland media. I remember he was one of the panel engaging and crapping on Shador during that memeing incident. Can't stand him. I'll tell you all this. If the Browns speak directly to Adam Schefter and basically use him as the vehicle to get information out, then that's who we're going to go to hear his information. Adam Schefter is a microphone from the Browns right now. I'll use him as such. I don't go to Adam Schefter to get analysis. I don't. That's not what he's known for. He's a news breaker. And usually the news he's breaking is from someone who wanted him to be a microphone and project it out to more people. That's how I'll use Adam Schefter. Yes, I believe Shador and Monken will turn it around. I agree. The only thing that makes sense in regard to the language shift is Myles has some reservations about Monken and wants to see what it looks like. If it looks bad, it won't. He'll look at a trade. My speculation. Yeah. I think people just sounding the alarm on this means they're going to trade him is not smart. I look at it like the Browns are going to win more games. It's like when I talk about the quarterback in 2027 stuff, I just say I don't worry about it because the Browns are going to win more games. It's the same way. The Browns are going to win more games. I'm not worried about Myles wanting to leave. Last season, he proved he doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't listen to any of them. See, I would have to disagree with you. Nice. If he is being an analyst, I wouldn't listen to him. When the Browns are speaking to him and they are not speaking to nobody else in local media to push their story out, that's when I would listen to him. Remember, I'm a person. I don't get caught up in the messenger. I'm here for the message. So if the Browns use him as the vehicle, as the microphone, then that's who I'll go to get the information. That wasn't taking just time. I forgot he got hurt the year prior. Yep. And that people turn that into David Robinson and David Robinson, Tim Duncan playing together as if it was tanking, but no, it was an injury that did it. So what people try to do is say, no, we're going to tank and not let guys play, and look how it's turned out. Look at Philly, still in shambles. Why did they do that? They have to tell you why. They have to tell you what the benefit is. What they have pushed out there is the benefit for them is they'll have more. Things will be more flexible going forward. That's what they've put out there. So I'm going to take them at face value. They said it makes them more flexible. I'm going to take them at face value. So why do people think that means Myles may get traded? That's what I don't understand. Because what people are saying is, this is what people are doing. They're saying if you change when the money is guaranteed and give yourself a bigger window of time before you got to pay that money, that means to a lot of people, you are negotiating with that player for a trade. Now, the question I would ask is, every time that's happened, has the player been traded, or have there been instances where the player hasn't been traded? What is the range? Does 50% of the time the player get traded? 25% of the time the player get traded? Or are we making this a big deal because it's Myles Garrett and the Browns? I just read an article about the NBA considering penalties against taking teams, adding more teams to the lottery, taking away the draft pick, or moving it to the end of the first round, and fines. Yep. Because even though they have a lottery, teams are still willing to tank just for the opportunity to win the draft lottery. How does moving the money benefit Myles? Is Myles doing the Browns a solid? I think Myles is doing the Browns a solid. Based on what the Browns have put out, this makes them more flexible going forward. So I guess it could be if they need to do restructures, they can restructure him after they've made trades after the draft to make sure their salary cap is straight. So they're saying it makes them more flexible. I'm just going to take them at their word. I don't think Myles wants to get traded. He wants to see what Shedeur will do with the team. Myles knows they can win now. I think Myles definitely has some belief. I agree with you, D. I believe Myles wants to win in Cleveland because that's a true feather in his cap regarding legacy. It show improved season. I agree. That's what I think. He did that because he wants to stay and win. D, why would they do that to Malik Willis? That is sad. It's the business of the NFL. And it also, you got to be mindful of where you end up as a free agent. I'm pretty sure he had an idea that they were blowing things up before he went to sign there, and he still chose to sign there. So he just going to have to figure it out down there for Malik Willis. Myles and Shedeur will help win the Super Bowl. He can be okay with adjustments to help the team win. Yes. Do y'all remember last week I told y'all Joe Antonio not letting the Browns know that he was not coming back and pursuing free agency? It cost the Browns a dead money cap hit, and I said he did that to spite the Browns. Well, Myles doing something to help the Browns, and then now people saying it's bad. That contract extension with Myles was a move for the salary cap. I agree. I don't think it means they want to trade him either. Yeah, I don't think that. Myles is not in need of money. He can wait to help the team. I agree. Zed, a business move exactly. Doesn't look like the Falcons are trying to win. Hint was that terrible head coach hire for real. Do you think Watson will start somewhere else this season? No. Next year potentially. They're making a mistake by discounting the Browns' running game next season. They are. I'm with you on that. It works out for both parties. Cap flexibility, that's all. That's it. D, did you see Flacco said he should be starting and he is offended by no one called him? Yeah, I did see that. I thought it was interesting. I think that if Shedeur said that, they would crush him for it. I think if Joe Flacco says it, they say, oh, that's great. He's confident in himself. The thing about the NFL right now is they seem to be encouraging taking. It's not stopping hardcore fans from supporting the teams anyway, for real. Myles has a no trade clause. He does. So the trade would have to go to a team that he wants to go to. So it's just people adding stuff together. Now, I don't think Myles is going to get traded, but I'll tell you this. If the question is, what would I accept in a trade for Myles after this year, I'm going to show y'all. I would only accept what the Dallas Cowboys got for Herschel Walker, the largest trade in NFL history. If I'm trading Myles Garrett, I need what the Dallas Cowboys got. You might say, what did they get when they traded Herschel Walker? Well, let's run through it. Let's run through it, y'all. So they traded Herschel Walker, a 3rd round pick, a 5th round pick, and a 10th round pick. They got a bunch of players that they end up cutting because it converted into additional picks. But they got 3 first-round picks, 3 second-round picks, and a 3rd round pick. So if you want to know, if somebody says, well, is there something you would trade Myles Garrett for? It is. It's right here. I would trade Myles Garrett for the Herschel Walker package. If you are not calling me with the Herschel Walker package, I would not trade Myles Garrett because that's the next question that people are going to come up with. So I'll just beat them to it. I want 3 first, 3 second, and a 3rd. You can have Myles Garrett. You want Myles? I want to know if it's real. That's what I would trade him for. Massive haul. I was thinking that too. It needs to be picks and quality players. Hey, look, I'm not telling you you got to trade for Myles. But if you want to come get my best player, my future Hall of Famer, I need half your team. Run it. If you're not coming with that package, don't talk to me. So when I clip this up, and if anybody has questions in the comments on what I would trade Myles for, the Herschel Walker package is what I would trade Myles for. All right, we can move on. We don't got to spend much time there.
32.
Hold on. Let's get to Tony Grossi. Let's switch this way. I looked up the history on Watson. I don't like him. He has some cringe behavior. I can't believe the NFL let him still play on any team. They better never say anything about Shedeur. I can tell you, D, they're thinking much smaller in regards to packages. I agree. That's why I just got to put it out there. I'm going to beat them to the punch when they ask the question. I answered the question for them prematurely. There you go. Give me the Herschel Walker package. We got a deal. Let's get to Tony Grossi. I got some times because Tony Grossi, he put a fast one on some people. So let's go back to, I got to go to 22-second mark. And hopefully this is not on chipmunk speed because I don't listen to anything at regular speed. Y'all know that about me at this point. Let's check it. Okay, it's regular speed. Now, do y'all remember a couple days ago, everybody said Tony Grossi flipping the script? Now he's all back in Shedeur. Shedeur and Tony Grossi are not on the same page. Tony Grossi got y'all. Content creators, every once in a while, I drop some game. You know, we're going to call it free game. I got some free game for you. Tony Grossi is not your friend. If you put out a video 3 days ago saying Tony Grossi, he flipped on Shedeur, and you were hyping him up because you were excited that somebody said something positive about Shedeur, either change the thumbnail or you got to make a new video showing Tony Grossi switched up on you. Tony Grossi's not credible. Content creators, I'm trying to help you here. Tony Grossi's not credible. I know you want to report on every person that says something good about Shedeur. Don't use Tony Grossi. He played in your face. He played in your face when y'all put him on the thumbnails. So change the thumbnail and also show how he played in your face. He not the guy that you want to use. He not the guy. Let's listen to him.
Let's start at the beginning. What did the Browns do with Myles Garrett? And then let's go from there. Let's explain what they did first, and then we'll go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is different than their usual salary to bonus conversions. All right. He was already on schedule to make the NFL minimum. That's his salary. All the bonuses are add to that. So this was a unique modification that, without getting into all the complex details, because I don't understand them all, but based on the expert.
Tony Grossi just said, we're not going to get into all the details because I don't understand them all, but he's going to say, based on the expert cap guys. Microphone. Remember I said they're microphones, the Cleveland microphones, the Cleveland microphones. And I think some people might have thought, oh, man, they only pump up bad narratives they get from people. No. When you lack understanding, you pump up anybody who you believe has a better understanding than you. That is what Tony Grossi is about to do. The Cleveland microphones, they need a better hit. Their hits don't hit the same. You need somebody else to write your songs. Listen to what Tony Grossi is going to say.
Jason Fitzgerald of Over the Cap. This basically makes it a lot easier to trade Myles Garrett in that.
Hold on, let me go back slightly because I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear Tony say it.
Scheduled to make the NFL minimum. That's his salary. All the bonuses are add to that. So this was a unique modification that, without getting into all the complex details, because I don't understand them all, but based on the expert Jason Fitzgerald of Over the Cap, this basically makes it a lot easier to trade Myles Garrett. So
When I called them the Cleveland microphones, I said a microphone is someone who lacks understanding but is willing to amplify somebody else's message blindly. Exhibit A, Tony Grossi. That's what he just did right there. He told you, I don't understand it fully. I'm just going to report what this person said because I believe what they said. And this has to mean what the other people who understand it better than me said. That's a microphone, y'all. Y'all know why I got to call that out so specifically? When did this happen in recent history? It happened a year ago, actually, when people who didn't watch Shedeur said Shedeur couldn't read the field. When people who didn't watch Shedeur said Shedeur didn't run a pro-style offense. The receivers didn't run pro-style routes. Shedeur took too many sacks, even though they then would say he had the worst offensive line. They then tried to say he didn't play anybody. Y'all see why I call out the microphones? The microphones don't just push negative narratives. They will push any story. That's what they did to the Shedeur. That's what he's doing here. Lacks understanding is then going to proceed to talk about it. Tony Grossi's videos that they put out every day, usually about 11 minutes. They made this video 20 plus minutes long of him talking about things that he told you he does not fully understand, y'all. Michael Jordan, talk to him.
Stop it. Get some help.
So he's speculating on why. Now let's push it forward some, because we're not gonna listen to all this because it's too much. I can't. My brain doesn't allow me to do that. Let's skip it forward.
With this draft positioning, 6 and 24, they're looking ahead to 2027. If there's a market now for, well, there always is a market for Myles Garrett. They just never inquired what that market was. So what's changed is the urgency to get going and get out of this no man's land, in my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm not reporting they're going to trade them. I'm saying they did this, and I'm urging them to take advantage of them. That's my analysis. Trade them now before it's too late.
Well, and Tony, and you're saying, looking at it, I
trade them now before it's too late. So let's just kind of go back and say, has there ever been a team who had a pass rusher in his prime and they traded him? How did it work out for him? Remember, there was a person in here who said something about the Raiders, and I said wrong stream. The Raiders did this when they had John Gruden as coach. They traded, now I'm going to mess up his name. He came from Buffalo. He was a small school pass rusher. He re-signed in L.A. No, I didn't forget his name, y'all. Man, oh, man. Why can I not think of his name real quick? I'm too old. What's his name? LA Rams. Somebody help me. Okay, nobody got it yet. Let me look it up. This happened for the Raiders, though. They did this. I'm looking to see if anybody says it. Khalil Mack. Thank you. Hey, y'all, Zedric be on top of it. Zedric be on top of it. Thank you. John Gruden traded Khalil Mack. And then you know what he went on to say during the season? He said, man, we need to find a pass rusher. You had one. You traded him. You traded him to Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears got a pass rusher. You lost yours. Trading a player and then hoping picks turn into the player that you just traded is nonsense. If you are working to build out a good team, you just keep stacking and adding good players. You don't trade Myles Garrett, 2 defensive player of the years, just broke the NFL season sack record, and hope that somebody can do half of what he did. You don't do that. The Browns, this is also going to lean into their lack of understanding. The Browns defense is 2 things that make the Browns defense work. Oh, we're going to get to the Micah Parsons. The Browns defense works because of their cornerbacks and because of their defensive line. That's the two staples of how they want to play defense. Two staples. The line has to get quick pressure. The cornerbacks have to be able to defend on the island, man-to-man coverage to make it work. The staples of how the Browns play defense. If you trade Denzel Ward or cut Denzel Ward, like the people who don't know no better tried to say earlier in the offseason, or if you trade Myles Garrett, you wreck the Browns defense. Those are the things that make the Browns work. So everybody who is saying, just trade Myles. Now you're saying trade Myles, but at the same time you said keep Jim Schwartz and keep his style of play. Jim Schwartz's style of play goes away if you trade Myles. See how that doesn't work? See how it doesn't work? So let's push it forward. Let's go forward a little bit. Because he's going to be talking about next year and all that stuff.
Even beyond Arch Manning is going to.
Here we go. This is where we need to be. Let me catch up on the chat, and then we're going to get to the next thing he says that don't really make that much sense. Where do we leave off at? I remember. I can't understand why anybody want their best players to be traded. It makes no sense if you want to win. Detroit Gemini, talk to him. They're reporting everything they say, too. Shaking my head. The man has broken the sack record. What is wrong with them? They don't know no better. Boy, this guy is a clown. He don't know no better. Let's go up here. I think I missed some up here. I think the Myles story is a distraction from the positive moves the Browns are making. I agree. It don't take much for them to just jump on board with what you're saying. They're not going to listen, D. They're looking for clicks. They are. That's why they keep kind of looking silly. They keep looking silly. The Saints trading their entire draft for Ricky Williams, plus the next year's first and third round picks will be comparable terms as well. For real. Give me that Ricky Williams. Give me that Herschel Walker. If you're not giving me that, we're not having a conversation. Like they say, you can dress up a pig. You could dress up a pig and put lipstick on it, but it's still a pig. Craig, talk to him. Still a pig. None of the local Cleveland media is trustworthy. Maybe Earl the Pearl is the closest you're going to get. That's it. Especially if you listen to the radio. Okay, I responded to you, Ms. Brown. I tried to tell some of those content creators you can't trust no Cleveland sports media. They gonna learn one day. I can't. Okay, I got that one. Okay. You're not highlighting it, but you're highlighting it at the same time. Come on, Tony. Hey, all you gotta do is listen to him. Thank you with that Khalil Mack. Myles is the reason they were in or were able to win games. Those sacks and pressures are needed. They are. They have no faith in their team. Zero. Jerry Jones just did the same thing. Who's it? Micah. Yes, Micah. The Browns still need an offense. The defense is built. I agree. Dallas, they are local. I can't with them. Something is seriously wrong with them. This is ludicrous. They would have AB head if they trade Myles. They just want AB fired by any means necessary. This has to be it. Kind of the only thing that makes sense. They really don't realize how impactful Myles is to the defense. They don't. That's a losing mentality. Losing mentality. Thank you, Arjizzle. It was Khalil Mack. I can't remember his name for some reason. Make that move and they'll be calling for Andrews' head almost immediately. I agree. Trade anyone on offense. Leave the defense alone. Leave the defense alone. Those who want to trade Myles want the Browns to fail. I agree. Cole, you stupid.
Cole, you stupid.
Yes, he did. Thought he was being cute and talking ish to then need to replace the productivity, for real. They were complaining about a lack of pass rush. That's why they wanted to go get Max Crosby before all the stuff went down. Swartz defense is not effective without a pass rush. It's not. Should have done that before the draft, before dragging it all out. Should have done it before the draft. I agree. Now, we got Khalil Mack. That's the same thing Jerry Jones did last year. Jerry Jones, I said they weren't going to do much last year because they waited till after the draft to trade Micah Parsons. If you're going to trade him, get compensation before the draft, players, such. They didn't do that. Now they're looking for a pass rusher after they didn't trade Micah Parsons. You had a pass rusher, one of the best, and you trade him away only to now have a void that you need to fill. It don't make sense. Don't match the smell test. Let's listen a little bit more.
Other teams in the league find out about it, right? Because these things are reported to the NFL. Everybody has access to contract information in the NFL.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to put one over on other teams because they other teams realize what this meant. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
But Fields' exclusive news story made it public and forced the Browns to basically.
Y'all remember Mel Kiper and Phil Yates, and I was saying Fields has a better beer face whenever they talk about Shador. The funny thing is, that's one of the people who the Browns sent information to directly to say, hey, Myles, we're not trading him. That's not what this means. So if y'all notice, something happened, and I started to see it early. When I said Cleveland media, their access has been denied. Remember I said Cleveland media, their access has been denied. They have to report on the people who the Browns are giving information to because they're not talking to them. Mary Kay, if you notice, she keeps saying, league insiders say, because they're not talking to her. Tony Grossi just said, yeah, Phil Yates said this because they're not talking to him. Their access has been denied, y'all. And now they fish out of water. That's why the takes get worse. Let's keep it going.
Fib, maybe we'll see it, or if not,
Yeah.
They said they never trade Baker Mayfield when they were planning on Deshaun Watson 4 months ahead of time. They said they wouldn't release Odell Beckham Jr. And they did. So what they say publicly isn't important. And again, I'm not reporting that it's going to happen. I'm hoping it happens because I think this could be the breakthrough. They have to make up ground. They're spinning their wheels.
I hope y'all just heard that. He said, I'm not reporting it's going to happen. I'm saying I hope it happens. Tony Grossi, who was here during the 1-31 stretch, he was here for it. He wants them to do that again, thinking this time that's going to equal winning. He wants them to do it again. That's what he wants. Somebody want to look up the definition of insanity for me? It ain't gonna work, Tony. It ain't gonna work. Before we go on with Tony, let me catch up on the chat. Move Myles, and that defense is average at best, for real. I don't think Dallas trying to win either. Dallas is doing something funky. D, they stopped rolling with Martin and Gina. Now they looking like Ike and Tina. Not Ike and Tina. Oh no. Got the detox daily from the negativity. Princess Premier, what's going on? What's going on? The funny thing is, it don't have no impact on me. I'm gonna tell y'all, I just laugh. Like now, I just laugh because I went out there on a limb and I said some stuff earlier than other people. And the first thing people did was question me. But now every day is being proven right. So I don't hold any weight when I'm hearing these things. I just laugh because I'm like, besides them proving TJ Ward right, they proved me right. So it's just funny to me. It's funny to me. I don't carry no weight because I see the winning mentality that the Browns are building. So the people with the loser mentality, I just look and laugh because I'm like, y'all don't see this happening in front of you? You can't identify? You're not seeing none of the positivity? You're not seeing none of the fact that people want to be here? You're not seeing none of the fact that they are coming in with a different mindset? They're coming from winning teams, coming from winning organizations. They didn't come here to lose. So to me, I just laugh. It don't wail me or nothing. Every time the Cleveland microphones open their mouth, TJ Ward is proven right. Facts. Can't go man to man without a pass rush. Toast DBs, for real. I had to stop watching them. I can't let JJ and the boys take me out screaming and hollering every year. I needed a break. I actually don't blame them for mentality they have. If you had undeniable hope in something and it's always going wrong, it's extremely hard to regain hope. I feel sorry for anyone who loses hope. They lost hope, but I went through all this with them as a fan. I would say the difference between me and them is when I was 2 years old, I had a certain amount of stubbornness to me. I've told y'all the stories. I wasn't walking because I didn't have to. I realized that if you cry enough, they're going to do what they want you to do to make the baby stop crying. I realized as a baby, let me tell you all the story. As a baby, when I was about 2 years old, my parents got this swing, y'all. I love sleeping in this swing as a baby. There's pictures of me in this swing. I learned if I cry, they will put me in a swing to go to sleep. So what did that teach me? When it's time to go to bed, you want to put me in that bed, but I want to go to sleep in the swing? I just cried, y'all. And they put me in the swing. I learned that as a baby. If I can learn those things as a baby from my stubbornness, how to get things done, how I want them done, they could turn it around. At some point, you gotta click a switch and say, "Dang, this is different." So, that's why I asked the question: was it a born mentality or was it a learned mentality? I would answer that. I think you were born with the drive and the determination. I think you learn the mentality. So I waited a long time to answer that for y'all, but that's what I think. Mary Kay and Tony Grossi feeling left out now. They're feeling left out. Right, they have a losing mentality because they've been losing since Noah's Ark. I've been losing right there with them, but I don't accept the fact that I'm just going to lose forever. When I was a kid, I used to be like the Incredible Hulk when I would lose at something. I'm huffing and puffing and, oh man, I couldn't stand losing. And you know what my dad told me? Don't do all that huffing and puffing. Find a way to win. That's what he told me. He said, find a way to win. I never forgot that. My dad told me that when I was a little kid, and I used to throw tantrums because I just lost because I don't like losing. He said, find a way to win. Find a way to win, y'all. So when I look at every situation, find a way to win. That's what I hear. I hear all the stuff that my dad said to me. I hear all the stuff that my mom said to me when I was growing up. So I can never turn into the person that accepts defeat before it happens. It's never going to be me. Never going to be me. I can't do it. Can't do it. So they got to get to that point. Nope, they don't see it. I watched my sis lose hope and my addicted sis, but most importantly, I saw my mom continue to have hope. Both sides are real and understandable. I agree. I think in life, I view it with more compassion. When it comes to covering the game of football and getting better, this is something that they're choosing to do and not face. Addiction is very real. We have a lot of people in my family who have addiction problems. And I've seen it firsthand from alcoholism, different drugs. So if we were talking about real life, I have a different way that I view it. But if we were talking about you deciding to report and just go through your every single day life as your job and be negative, that's a choice. That's a choice. So I don't put those in the same box. I don't put them in the same box. They're choosing to still be negative even when they see things turned around. They're making a choice to be this way. No, D, you didn't lose hope. I never lose hope, y'all. I could be down 100 to 1. I might take an L in that game. But do you think I'm going to go to the next game assuming I'm going to lose? Nope. I'm going to that next game to win. I'm going in there to win. I'm not going in there to bring in what happened in the last game, because I believe if I do everything in my power, I'm always going to have a chance to win. I'm always going to have a chance to win. Does that mean I win every time? No. Does that mean I've won in everything in life? No. Does that mean that changes my mindset and mentality towards working towards winning? No. I think they'll be better on defense without him. He's not a leader. I would disagree with you there, Doug. Everybody who says Myles Garrett is not a leader, tell me what a leader is in your eyes. Tell me what a leader is. because I believe they're vocal leaders. I believe there are leaders who show by what they do. I believe leaders show up in different form and fashion. So if you don't believe he's a leader, tell me what a leader is. Give me your definition. Tell me what it is. Oh, I kind of missed some people. Okay, let me get this right. They have very little and want to get rid of the little they had. I agree. This is just sad. D. Mary Kay is lifting her chops to be able to talk to Haslam, AB, and Monken next week at the owners meeting. That's the only info they're giving her. They're going to keep her at arm's length. Doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Insanity, for real. Eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake, anime. Nope, they don't see it. I concluded that JJ is content with being good enough to sell hope as long as he can sell hope, he can sell everything else. They don't even bother anymore. Yeah, I don't feel anyway. D, at this point, it's a choice. I agree, it's a choice. D, you're different. I commend you for still having hope in the Browns after all you had to endure with the team. You're the definition of winning mentality. Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to win. I'm gonna find a way to win. No losing since Noah's Ark. What's going on, Tessa?
Well.
Doug, you kind of moving the goalposts here a little bit. I'm behind, so maybe you stick to what you said initially. He always tries to go outside, never stays home inside to stop the run. All right, first, he's not a leader. They'll be better without him. Doug, I don't know what you got going on, man. If you keep getting sold a bill of goods, do you continue to believe in it? This is real. No, but you have to be able to recognize when you're being sold a bill of goods and when something is real. At some point, the cheat code in life is to live a more life. So when you keep seeing stuff playing out, you should at some point be able to identify the real from the fake. If I give you flavored water and I give you regular water, you can instantly taste the difference. At some point, living way more life with a full head of gray hair, you should be able to taste the difference in what's real and what's fake. Limit the Cleveland media's access to all players and practices. Allow the minimum of what the NFL mandates. They already do that. 62 watching, only 45 likes. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Why is it different, D? This is still real playing out in front of us. Why is one thing real life and the other just a game? My question would be, game for who? I'll say this. The reason why it's different is because addiction is very, very different than choosing to play a game. Because to me, once you become addicted to something, it's not just you wake up and you are fully conscious and aware and you have all your faculties in order and you could just say, I'm not doing this no more. Usually, when I've seen in my personal life, which is anecdotal, this is not a wise study, when people finally decide to kick an addiction, it's normally when they've been to the lowest place in life and something happens and they decide that they don't want to live this way anymore. I cannot compare that to football. I cannot. I can't compare that to football. I can't do it. I can't do it. To me, sometimes, even though things look like they're on the same path, I put a line in between them because they are different. And I'll explain that better with this example. When people point everything to race, why something happens, when it's not proven that it was race related, to me, that diminishes what people went through when they went through proven things that were race related. So if you notice, I don't play with blaming things on race because I don't diminish what people actually went through where it's been proven it's been because of race. The same way with addiction. Addiction is one of those trigger points for me that I don't play with because I've seen so much of it. I've seen so much of it. I don't play with it. I'm not going to compare it to football. These are two totally different things. These are people who have their faculties in order, who are making conscious decisions. If you have ever seen the person you love who is on drugs, it is like you are a ghost in front of them. They don't recognize you. I've been through this firsthand with people very close to me. I would never compare those two things. Never compare them. Tony Grossi waking up, not being able to see the difference between a good choice and a bad choice and building a winner and building a loser is not the same as somebody who is addicted, who cannot determine when and how they're going to stop their addiction problem. So that's why, to me, that's why they're different. That's why they're different. I have hard lines with certain things. I'll tell y'all if something triggered me. When it comes to conversations about addiction, that's a soft spot for me, y'all. I'll just be honest with you. That's a soft spot for me. That's a soft spot for me. So I just let you know. Got some late motivation on this Friday. Yeah, man, I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to lose. He leads by example. I agree with that. Shador said Myles is the heart of the team. He watches him and follows what he does. Sounds like a leader. Sounds like a leader to me. It is a choice because the same negative ones that have total faith and trust in Kevin, they are selective. I agree. Myles is definitely a leader. If y'all think that he didn't request for Sanders to stay quarterback one, because they remember they were just following concussion protocol with Dylan. Myles Garrett teammates believe he's a leader, and that's good enough for me, for real. I totally agree with you, D. Yes, Tessa, Myles most definitely the leader of the team. Cleveland media doesn't like Myles because he called out Kevin. I lost two brothers that way. It's something that's triggering. That's not true, bro. Make sure you add, this is my opinion, not 100% fact. People stop when they want to. Q, I think you missed something that I said. I said, this is anecdotal. Anecdotal meaning small. To my personal life. What that would imply, this is not meant as 100% fact. This is not for everyone. I didn't mince words. I made sure I collected myself when I got to that point. I never said 100% fact. I never said it always goes this way. I never said this is how it happens. I never said those things. I said my anecdotal experience with this situation, meaning my small experience to me, this is how it happened. So I would never, it's certain stuff that I don't play with. Y'all know I laugh and joke. It's certain stuff I play with. Addiction, drug-related things is not something I play with. It's not something I joke around with. So I'm very careful when I'm speaking. If you notice, my speech pattern slows down, all those things, because that's not something I play with. I don't play with that. But a leader understands people where they are. They may not walk life out the same way. I just said this and let it go. Experience can shape people's reality. But a leader understands people where they are. They may not walk life out the same way. I just say this and let it go. Experience can shape people's reality. I agree with that. Drug related. I get that. Me too, D. So much addiction in my family. It was hard to see. Very hard to see. That's a soft spot right there for me, y'all. A soft spot. The Cleveland microphones are not very smart, but they think they are. Therein lies the problem. Yeah, you got to continue to learn, grow, get better understanding every day. When he said he was tired of losing the same way and sit at the end of the field by himself, that's when I knew. Yep, we can't keep going the same way. Okay, got you, Q. We on the same page. Yeah, because I adopted 3 cocaine impacted children, so you ain't saying nothing about nothing. I'm 100%. But what I'm saying is hope can be lost, and that's real. My sis lost hope in my sister. My mom didn't. Yeah, I agree with you there. I was just explaining the difference of why I would never compare that to football. I wouldn't compare it to football because if you have people with clear mind and people that don't have a clear mind, I wouldn't compare those. I wouldn't use them as a comparison. Even if it looks like they have some parallels, I wouldn't compare them. That's why I gave the example about when people go straight to something on race, and I say, if it's not something you can prove, even though it looks parallel, if one is proven and one is not proven, then I don't compare it, because I never want to diminish what people went through that has been proven and it was race related. I don't want to diminish what those people went through. So if you notice, that's something else y'all don't see me play with. Y'all don't see me play with how other people might play with race when they talk about stuff. I don't play with that. So it's just certain stuff that I'm like, nah, we're going to keep this separate. We're going to keep this separate. It's one more part, and this is where the content creators who believed in Tony, they messed up. He's going to say it here, I think.
And we know that 2027 quarterback class, even beyond Arch Manning, is going to be worthy of pursuing. Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about it, Tony. What do you, if the Browns, if they're at least listening now, and we have to imagine this at least opens the door to them, like you said, seeing, hey, what can we get for a Myles Garrett trade, which seems to be more than they did last year. You know, they didn't even, Barry said he wouldn't even answer the phone when teams called. What do you think that they should be looking at? And what do you think that they will, like, is he incentivizing 2027 picks? Like, is he looking?
That's not it. Tony's going to say they're stuck in a position and they got to upgrade a quarterback. They got to upgrade a quarterback. Let me find that part for y'all.
So the Browns would have 6. You could replace Myles Garrett with Ruben Bain right off the bat, right?
There we go.
Probably the top player on the board when you're picking. But if Myles is here, you're saying, I don't know if we need him, right?
Yeah.
Then
Tony, if you replace Myles Garrett with Ruben Bain, you're hoping Ruben Bain eventually turns into Myles Garrett. You see what we doing? The Raiders, when they traded Khalil Mack, they were hoping that guys would turn into Khalil Mack. Jerry Jones is hoping somebody they get can turn into Micah Parsons when you already have it live in the flesh. So the trades that they're calling for would destroy the defense, and that's the thing they supposedly wanted to keep intact this whole time. They wanted to keep the defense intact this whole time. So I think it's at the 16-minute mark where he's going to say, well, he don't believe in Shedeur.
Of trading Myles Garrett. Well, then the follow-ups are, well, why on earth did you do this then?
That's what I want to know the explanation for, because nobody is able to really give an immediate answer of what the urgency was.
Much smarter people than me can't figure it out either. Yeah. Cap.
All right, I don't feel like going through. We listen to Tony enough, but in there, he's going to basically say the Browns don't have an answer at quarterback, even though people were highlighting and giving him praise for saying that he switched to believing in Shedeur, which he doesn't. It was an act. But he said it in there. Y'all can go find it if you want to. But Tony being Tony, this is a lack of understanding. This is somebody who is not trying to get better, and this is someone who wants to do things the exact same way and hope for a different result. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. No muddy in the waters, eliminating the gray. You see it, Zedric. You see it. Oh my, back on Arch Manning. He is on Arch Manning. He's on Arch Manning. He's on Lenore Sellers, and it's one other quarterback that he's on. I'm like, man, these guys not better than Shedeur. What are we doing? The sad thing is they're going to win 10 or more games, so they won't be in the running for a first-round QB. So sad. Wet 11s. That's what I believe. They're going to be so frustrated when the Browns are winning. They're going to be so frustrated. They were mad. Remember, they pulled a quick on y'all. They didn't believe in Shedeur. So they said, well, if Shedeur wants to quiet the quarterback noise, all he has to do is go win the last 2 games. All he has to do is go win the last 2 games. Then what happened? He won the last 2 games. They was all in the uproar mad that he won the last 2 games. It was never about Shedeur winning the last 2 games. They thought he couldn't win it. That's why they made that the test. Once he did it, they were mad because then they said, you messed up our draft. They said you messed up our draft. Come on, man. We see through this. They always looking into the future, so they can never appreciate today. Gratitude is real. They are so ungrateful. I totally agree with that. If Myles Garrett not going to get traded before the next season and going into the next season, why talk about it? Why make it a thing? Y'all are witnessing, they threw away whole seasons. Whole seasons. They threw away the playoff time. They didn't want to watch it. They didn't want to talk about it. They throw away entire years. They tried to throw away this whole season. Jason Lloyd used to say that the Browns are tanking this year. It don't matter. They're not trying to win. He started saying that before the year. Tony Grossi was saying, oh, man, the quarterback in 2026, not a quarterback in 2027. They are willing to throw away entire years and not live in the moment, not live in the present. Y'all see what it is. Jerry didn't want to pay Micah his worth, but will pay somebody else with less talent. That's it. That's it. The microphone. Well, let me see. Now they hoping Ruben Bain for Myles Garrett. I don't know why they're making that trade, or they believe that's a replacement. The microphone's so out the loop that they're reheating draft slide talk about Shedeur this morning. Yeah, it's crazy. What's so great about Arch Manning? Arch Manning needs to play more football. He needs to work on his fundamentals. His feet are usually off when he's throwing the ball. That's why he's so off target. I think he has the arm to get the ball where he wants it to go, but his fundamentals, he needs a lot of work on his fundamentals. And he needs to play more football. So it's evident about Arch. I'm not saying he can't do it, but just wait for the QB is in 2028. Zedric, you writing their future headlines. This is what Zedric sent me. Okay. We wrap this thing up. I want y'all to know something. To me, it's not negative. I don't feel any type of way when they say these things. I just laugh because it's not only their experience, it's all Browns fans' experience. And it's a choice that they are choosing to make, in my eyes. They're choosing to make the choice that it's always going to be bad because it's been bad. And that's their choice. I'm choosing to make the choice that even if I lost, that doesn't mean I'm not coming to win the next time. You might get me now, but I'm not going to be a loser forever. I'm not going to lose forever. I'm not just going to wake up accepting losing. I'm not going to wake up looking forward to losing. That's not going to be me. That's never going to be me. I'm not willing to make that choice. I'm willing to put in the work to do everything I can to get better. I'm going to go back to what I told y'all my dad told me. Find a way to win. That's what he told me. When I was huffing and puffing and losing, he told me, find a way to win. And I'll wrap the stream on one other thing my dad told me. It's going to be people bigger than you. It's going to be people faster than you. It's going to be people stronger than you. It's going to be people that's better than you. Two choices. You can accept that they have those traits and qualities that are better than you and be a loser. Or you can find a way to win even though they have things that might be better than you. And that's what I always choose to do. That's what I always choose to do. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this stream. I enjoyed this stream. Let me clap it up for y'all. Shout out to the replay gang. I appreciate y'all. Like the video. Hype the video up when y'all tap in for the replay. The chat will be there. Y'all know it takes 24 hours for the chat to load up. It's going to be a long weekend of them talking about nonsense. Don't fall for it, y'all. They gotta fill time with doing the show every single day. They're being led by the producers to talk about this nonsense. Don't let it get to you. If it does have an impact on you, cut it out. Maintain your peace. I can listen to some of these things. It don't have an impact on me. It doesn't weigh on me. So just know that every person is different. So if it does have an impact on you, cut it out. If you can watch it and then laugh at it, if you can laugh at it. But don't let them turn you into a negative person. You never want to be that person. So let me shout out everybody who supported the stream today. Great support on this Friday. Let me get to it. Let's change this and go here. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. Shout out to Marie. Shout out to Black Pearl. Shout out to Miss Brown. And shout out to Keith Hunt. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to each and every one of y'all. Let's wrap up the chat before we go enjoy our weekend. Didn't know that London Merritt was at Ohio State. He went to Colorado. Now he at Clemson. I didn't know that either. Shout out to you, Craig. I appreciate you. Shout out to Cry Woman Collective. Release him. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. Good job, D. I will hope that everyone has your insight. Be safe out there. It's real. Yes, it is. Be safe out there. Thank you, C.A. Anderson. Enjoy your sunshine. Because not that long ago, you was telling us about snow in Seattle. Enjoy your sunshine. Enjoy your sunshine. At this point, they don't believe anything they're saying. Losing is the only language they can understand. The only one they know. Have a blessed weekend, family. I didn't know he came from Iowa State. I didn't know that either. Shout out to you, Zedric. Shout out to 13 Pro Crowd. Good to see you back in the stream. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Don't let them get to you. Enjoy the sun if you got it. I will see y'all on Monday. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace, everybody. "13 Pro Cow." Quick rewind because I saw the comment before I actually hit the other button. 13 Pro Cow, If by Rudyard Kipling. That's for you. You know what's funny? One of our regular watchers, Brent, actually sent me that. Brent sent that to me, that poem, and we played the poem on stream. I like that If a lot. So shout out to Brent. Shout out to 13 Pro Cow. I had to rewind it back for that one. Because that was a really good poem and I really like it. So shout out to y'all. Have a good weekend. Peace, everybody.
Look at what I did. Look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog.